Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing okay today and that you're ready for some more reincarnation. My god, I am tired. Like, this week that I have had has been one of the longest and most exhausting weeks I have had in a long time. Like I told you last time, I think, I've been having a student for Thursday and Friday. Something I wasn't really wanting to do, but my boss kind of put that on me and I couldn't really say no, so yeah, I took one for the team. It wasn't like bad or anything, like it was fine, but it's still... I was very nervous like before that, so that was exhausting, just going around and being nervous, like more and more nervous every day the closer I got to the actual day. Then I was nervous, super nervous, like the first day of like screwing up or doing something wrong, and just in general meeting a new person. Like I am a huge introvert. I don't like meeting new people. I am very much a person who likes my comfort zone. I want to like hang around the same people all the time that I know, that I'm safe with. New people scare me. So it was like very nerve-wracking. And also I don't see myself as a teacher. I am not very like teachery. So I don't even know how well I did, like in teaching her anything. Yeah, but and also like on top of all this nervousness and like being on edge all the time, because I feel like I had to like look over her and make sure that she's okay and that everything is going fine and that she doesn't do any mistakes that can't be corrected later, because it's still like my workplace. I have responsibility over the work she does. All that kind of anxiety, and on top of that also losing out on one of my work from home days because she was arriving on the Thursday, and that's my usual work from home day, hence why we are having a Sunday stream this week. So yeah, It's been exhausting, and I have really felt this like during this weekend. I am just exhausted. Like it's been like I'm always kind of in a tired state, sadly. I don't know why, but this weekend has been taking the cake of that. Like I am just dead, really, and I'm like so grateful that I work from home tomorrow, but at the same time I'm like, how am I even going to be able to work? Like how? And get up early and just be productive, because I am so exhausted, guys. You have no idea. Like I was having like a writing workshop yesterday with Fia and Dudor, and I could barely speak during that time because I was just dead. So yeah. I'm here, I'm not new, and I'm scary. No, Quill, you are not scary. You are one of my comfort people, so sorry. Yeah, Dudor, I am always tired, but I have been even more tired during this weekend. Like, I don't feel a single drop of energy in me. Like, really. So it's a good thing that we are not doing anything too exhausting today. We are having story time. I mean, the question is if I will be able to read, and also the constant question, will my voice be able to hold up? Because my voice has been fine. Like the reason I didn't do Reincarnation last Monday and we did Crisis Core instead was because, well, my throat wasn't feeling well. It's been feeling better. But now today, just because we are doing a Reincarnation stream, my voice is like, hey, are you sure that we're fine? Right, like really, are you sure? So feeling a little bit raspy, been coughing a little bit, but I hope it will be fine. I mean, if nothing else, we're doing like the regular 2 hours-ish, I think, and then we'll see if we do more or if that will be it. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Handing over the energy. Thank you, thank you. Although, do you have energy, Quill? I mean, usually you're kinda in the same state as I am right now. But thank you. I take all the energy I can get, honestly. Yeah. So what did we do last time? We finished Yukimasa and Pauline's part of the story, which was a roller coaster of emotions, like really. And we kind of came to the conclusion that Pauline is maybe even more unhinged than Yukimasa himself, because my god, that woman does not have any self-preservation at all. But I mean, if she's happy, we're happy, I guess. Who are we to judge? But like, yikes. So today I think we're going to like head into Maria and Jacopo territory, and maybe even Morgana, because she's very much intertwined with those two. So we will see. We are starting up with Maria in the cafe at least, so we will see where this will go. I'm very excited because, as I said last Reincarnation stream, door 3 in the main game is like my favorite out of like the 3 prologue doors. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how their story is going to be in this era. Whatever energy I had to get out of bed is being handed over. Thank you, Quill, thank you. That's very kind of you, but don't overexert yourself now, okay? Well, I think we should start the game before my voice give out, so hang on. I'm gonna make sure I have some sound. I hope it is good for you guys. Okay, I think that's good enough for me. I'm bored out of my skull. It's lunchtime and still not a single customer. When I started I was like, hell yeah, free money! But it turns out the cost is my sanity. I can feel that, like, not having anything to do at work. I mean, it can be nice sometimes, like, because you get to relax if it has been like a stressful period, but if it's like that all the time, the boredom is just, ugh. Ah, good afternoon! Oh, for God's sake, every time! Well, if you don't want us, we'll happily leave, but we came to see you. Okay, maybe we're not finished with their story yet. Or they are just visiting. I mean, they are kind of intertwined, all of them, so we will see. No, by all means, bathe me in the glorious light of your love. So, want the usual ham sandwich to go? Yes, please, but we need a quick break before we go back out, so coffee first? Can we have the window seat? Anywhere you like, my friends. The window, the counter, doing a strip show on the table, take your pick. Do you always have to be so crass? You want to see a strip too, don't you, dude? Oh my god. Just think about it. Your girl starts taking off her clothes in public. You can't get action like that in bed. Maria! Nudity doesn't interest me terribly much. She can keep her clothes on if she wants. I kind of figured he would say something like that. Seems like a weird thing to be saying as, you know, her boyfriend. Was that maybe a touchy subject? No, I'm quite functional, thank you. Oh, great to hear. Anywho, you seem kind of different. More tight-ass than usual? You don't like fighting, are you? Of course not. In fact, I would say we're closer now than we've ever been before. Really now? We talked about it, and Yukimata's going to be himself from now on. He still has to pretend to be a good boy at work, though. Pauline, don't expose his secrets too much now, will you? They should explore BDSM still. I mean, maybe, but I feel like it could go south very quickly. Like, could he be able to control himself in that kind of situation? Functional, he says. Yeah. Oh, I see. Wait, huh? I mean, I did always get the feeling he was kind of fake, but... You're okay with this, Pauline? What? Is there anything to not be okay about? Well, if you don't have a problem with it, who am I to judge? I get a distinct feeling they strayed even further off the path since the last time I saw them. What the hell happened between those two? Not that it's my business. I should go make them their shit. My boyfriend dreams of murdering people, you know, normal things. Yeah. It's so bizarre, like, oh my god. And it's even more bizarre in like this modern setting. Like it somehow makes it stand out even more in a way. I'm just waiting for Maria to notice strangle Bruce. Oh yeah, true. Ah, it's so nice out today. What do you want to do? We could go for a walk like last time, but what do you think about renting a movie? I'm fine with that. What kind of movie did you have in mind? A splatter film! Oh my god! Do you honestly want to watch a splatter film? Nope, not even in the slightest. Oh my god. I wonder how other people see us. From the outside, we just look like another happy couple, don't we? We can take a walk together on a beautiful summer day. We can go on a date together like any other loving couple. But wrapped around our interlaced fingers are a pair of invisible chains. That sentence was very good. Okay, so we weren't quite finished with the story yet, but oh well. That's what happens when you go into things blind. I despise the irrational and the unscientific. Okay, this must be Jacopo. Like, just that sentence alone. Jacopo. We are getting into Jacopo's part. Phenomena perceived as miraculous or inexplainable are, by and large, the products of chicanery. Is that how you say that? Tricks that fail to stand up to even the slightest scrutiny. Only fools and children sincerely believe in tripe like fate and destiny. What does anyone find in such nonsense? Are they merely trying to convince themselves their lives have purpose? Ha! The epitome of folly. I firmly believe anyone who's fallen for that is destined to get nowhere in life. Which is why, however vivid they may be, I cannot abide these memories I have of events I've never experienced, of emotions I've never felt. You should, Jacopo, because that could help you in life. Just saying. Oh, it's this scene from like the dream that Morgana gave him. I'm standing in a wheat field I've never seen before, pleading with a girl I've never met. Will you say my name? I ask again and again, a desperate attempt to keep her from leaving me. It's a dream I've seen countless times now, and when I awaken from it, my chest is tight and I'm short of breath. It's a bitter blend of longing and loss, a heart smitten with a realm unknown, feelings that do not easily lend themselves to words. But the most intense of them all is despair at being separated from the girl. I can see her so clearly in the dream, yet the moment I return to reality, she's nothing more than an indistinct fog. There are no words for how absurd all this is. Me, yearning after a girl I've seen only in my dreams. It makes me want to give myself a nice solid punch to the jaw in the hopes I wake up. It's probably a result of all the stress I'm under, but there is a rational explanation, one which relies neither on fate nor miracles. I keep telling myself to forget all about it, to move on with my life. But from somewhere, deep within my breast, my very core, I stop myself. You must never forget. Cherish those feelings, for it's thanks to your time in that realm that you are alive in this one now. Ooh. I am so excited, guys. The River of Oblivion. I have a feeling this will be amazing and probably heartbreaking at the same time. Hello there, Jacopo. Let me take a good look at you. Yep, he's also gorgeous, as always. And that outfit really suits him. It's like it's kind of like similar to, or not really actually, but like it reminds me of his outfit in like the Third Door, but like a more modern take. I could see him having a hat with this outfit as well. Oh, for the love of God, don't you start pouring like that, damn it. It's been one thing after another since I got here. I just got this suit back from tailor too. God damn it all. As I recall, if I cut through this park, I'll come out at the bus stop. The mere thought of taking a bus in the rain makes me want to gag, though. Oh, and that's the bench I think that Morgana was sitting on in, like, Michelle's dream. God damn it, I should have just called a cab. I had a string of bad luck that day. I'd had to stay later than usual to clean up a mess caused by a subordinate, and as soon as I managed to get out, it decided to start pouring on me. In this time he's slaving to some company instead. I see. Yeah? But I think he's probably like Maria's boss, so I'm thinking he should be like higher up here as well, right? He can go all Yuki on me. Oh god. Oh god. Lunch had been dreadful, and I missed dinner entirely. As their noises continued to pile up, even small things that wouldn't usually bother me started adding to the agitation. And it had reached a point where I wouldn't have minded if a meteor struck and eradicated humanity. So when I came across her, I just considered it yet another annoyance to add to the day's stack. Her. Okay, this has got to be Morgana because of the music. Oh my god. I'm not sure I'm ready, guys. As I was crossing through the excuse me, voice. As I was crossing through the park, I caught sight of a shadow in the corner of my eye. In that moment, the rain seemed to slow to a crawl, and I felt strangely detached from my surroundings. I stopped dead in my tracks, though I couldn't conjure up a reason as to why. Normally, I wouldn't have spared the girl even a glance. There was no bigger waste of time than sticking your nose in someone else's business. But something was off about me today. Any reasonable man would have called a cab from the office instead of running through the rain in this brand new suit. I was hardly wanting for money after all. Yet for some reason, I decided to make a mad dash for a nearby park, knowing full well I was going to get drenched in the process. And now, there I was, standing in the rain, enraptured by this girl. It is her. She is so pretty though, like oh my god, and I'm so happy to see that like the scars are, like her face, it's looking normal and she's just beautiful. She sat on a bench, no umbrella to shield her from the rain. Water streamed down her face, but still she sat unfazed, not even bothering to wipe it away. Her back was straight and her knees held together, very prim and proper, as though there were nothing out of the ordinary about it. And for a split second, the sight of her nearly convinced me of the same. A moment's rational thought was all it took to break the illusion, but I'd come this close to falling for it. It was like looking at a single frame of a movie, a completed work of art with no room for outside influence. What on earth was going through my head? It was just a damn girl sitting in the rain, and probably a runaway at that. Why else would someone at her age be sitting out in the rain all by herself? I want to squish and snuggle her cuteness aggression. Yeah, she is so pretty. Whatever her story, sticking my nose into it was certain to end poorly. I had an early morning tomorrow too. The last thing I had time to do was play busybody. Hey kid! Hey! I'm talking to you! Yet for some godforsaken reason, I was trying to get her attention. Are you talking to me? Her eyes were light, and almost translucent gold under the pale yellow street light, and looked like they could pierce right through me. And her voice was a curious thing. I didn't have the words to adequately describe it, but it sounded like it was resonating directly in my mind. The sound of it was undeniably beautiful, but there was something more there. Like each and every syllable coiled itself around my heart and tried to crush it. Have we met before? What the hell? That wasn't what I had planned to say at all. The words just fell out of my mouth. Who are you? Do I need to call the police? Look at that. She was already getting wary. What the hell had gotten into me? I've been acting inexplicably peculiar. Just last month I ran into a tall woman who seemed strangely familiar. And for whatever reason asked her if we had any shared acquaintances. An absurd thing to inquire of a stranger. I was clearly losing my mind. Even I wouldn't want to associate with me. No, that won't be necessary. Please just ignore that if you would. What I actually want to know is, is what a young girl is doing at this time of night all by herself. Foot traffic has almost entirely died down. It's not safe to be here alone. Hurry up and go home. And who exactly do you think you are? What I do and where I do it is my own business. I hate to break it to you, little girl, but it's every adult's public duty to keep children out of danger, and you are definitely not 18 yet. Yeah, and he's definitely an adult. I do so much hope, but I am worried, but I do hope that they will not go like the romantic route with these two again. Like, can they just be close friends? Like, he being an elder brother for her. I feel like that would be better for both of them if they go into like try to mend their relationship in this life, which I'm still not entirely certain would be possible because of the stuff that he actually did to her. But like, I really, really hope that they won't try to like ship them again, because that is not romantic, it is just icky. So yeah. Smart girl, now kick him in the nuts here. I'll have you know I'm in my 20s, thank you. Are you though? I feel like that's a lie. Well, you certainly don't look it. And even setting aside the question of your age for a moment, you're going to get yourself sick sitting out in the rain like that. We had incest, violence, now grooming, time to puke. Yeah, yeah. But like, I feel with the incest part, yeah, that's icky, definitely. But I feel like they solved it in a nice way, at least. Like, they realized the problem. Like, Mel was never interested in her like that. It was only Nellie. And she realized that it was wrong, and I think they will be able to work it through. Yukimasa and Pauline? Well, they are toxic. That's all there is. That ending wasn't really... I mean, it was a good ending, but it wasn't like a satisfying, yes, this is nice, this is going to work well. I had like a bad feeling in my gut of that ending because it was like, no, this is not good. But they were kinda-ish happy about it, so I mean, that's fine, but I am worried what they are going to do, because this is the one thing that I never liked about the main game, like, that they try to make Jacopo and Morgana into something romantic. I don't like that. Like, it would have been fine if it was, like, Morgana just, like, pining for Jacopo, because that's what 16-year-old girls do. They are, like, falling in love with guys much, much older. But, like, for Jacopo as an adult falling for her when she is, like, a child, how old was she when, like, he fell for her? Like, she was 12 or 11 or something like that, and it's just, no. So, like, I really hope that it won't go that way in this part of the story, because, I mean, that wouldn't be a happy ending for them. It really wouldn't. I hope that if they are going to mend their relationship, that they will be friends. Nothing more, just friends. Not, oh, but I can wait until you get older or whatever. No. Just friends. Just as Morgana said to Michelle, basically, like, I don't want us to be, like, good friends or anything, just friends. And I feel like that's what I want for Morgana and Jacopo as well. But yeah, enough about that ranting. I just had to get that out of my system. I don't care if you got into a fight with your parents and it's awkward being at home. You need to stop being so stubborn and go back. You're a public nuisance. Wow. Is that so? Well, I'm not a nuisance to myself, so if you're so bothered, maybe you should go home. Have a nice day. Hey now, watch your tone, girl. This is for your own good. For my own good, huh? So your definition of being a concerned citizen involves butting into a stranger's business, reprimanding them unprovoked, and then finally calling them a nuisance. You're such a thoughtful, caring gentleman. Thank you oh so much for your gracious consideration. Happy? You do not know when to shut up, do you, child? All I'm saying is that it's not a good idea for a girl your age to be out here. Well, your concern is a nuisance to me. Leave me alone. Tch, fine, you win. What the hell ever? I was stupid to pretend I cared. Don't come whining to me if it turns out I was right. They still have the same banter though. We can hope she's truly in her 20s, as she said. Yeah, that would have been a good thing if that was the case, if they're going to, like, go through with that, because then it would be fine. But I have a feeling that she isn't. That it's just, like, a lie to, like, get rid of him, honestly. Kids these days, I swear to God, they don't know how to respect their damn elders. Christ, I should never have even bothered with her. Complete and utter waste of time. And now I'm probably going to miss the bus too. That kiosk is still open. Maybe it sells umbrellas. Damn it. Don't you stand there like an idiot, Jacopo. Forget about this stupid girl. I got an early morning. I have to get going. Oh, for Christ's sake, what the hell's gotten into me? You again? I thought you went home. Did you get bored and decide to come parent me again? Are you only capable of speaking in biting remarks, girl? Of course I didn't get bored. I missed a goddamn bus because of you. That doesn't explain why you came back. Are you going to demand I pay your bus fare? I beg your pardon? Do I look so miserably I would make a child hand over the pocket change? You certainly do. Oh my god, I love her. They do like the taboos in the game. Yeah, they do. They really do. I swear to God, I'm going to be here all night if I entertain every snide remark of yours. I'm done. Take this. Huh? An umbrella? What for? Because leaving you here to soak all night will leave a bad taste in my mouth. Why should whatever happens to me have any effect on you? And before you ask, no, I don't have the money to pay for that. I'm not, and I never intended to ask you to pay me for it. It's just a cheap plastic umbrella, for God's sake. And you only bought one? You didn't get one for yourself as well? Don't worry about me. I live in the neighborhood. But... Quit your griping and take the damn umbrella. What? Hey! Don't shove it into my face! There, it's yours now. Now get yourself home and quickly, you hear me? Aw, he can be sweet. Like, very aggressively so, but like, he is a sweetheart, like, deep inside. He's not always an asshole, like, or he is, but like, he's a sweet asshole, question mark, sometimes. I mean, we know that it's not all bad. Like, before he became the Lord, he wasn't a bad person. So, I mean, it's the power that corrupts him, really. What on earth is that man's problem? A lot of things. The next morning, it was still raining, the sky covered in a thick layer of dark clouds. It wasn't even a rainy season. Why couldn't the sky just dump everything in one big downpour and let us be done with it? It continued through the day, showing no signs of letting up even as the sun went down. He's as sweet as Jim Sichuan, probably butchered. Yeah. I can see the similarities there. I can. Definitely. The slow, constant drizzle was like my mood made manifest. In the 3 years since my work had brought me here, I'd only gotten busier and busier. I hadn't even had the time to properly accustom myself to life in France, and the slew of crapping hurled at me wasn't helping. Especially with autocorrect, yeah. I understood what you meant though, so it's fine. I'd managed to learn the language, but the cultural barriers still stood tall between me and the locals. At which point you might say, then just go home already, but I was too stubborn to go crawling back with nothing to show for my time here. At the very least, I wanted to get my company off the ground and mostly sustainable first, otherwise the whole endeavour would be a failure. Which was why I was staying at the office day in and day out, but the harder I worked myself, the lazier and more incompetent everyone else seemed, and the more irritated I grew with them. Drinking and smoking were essentially the only outlets I had for my constantly mounting stress. Yeah, that's a healthy behavior there, Jacobo. He means well, just the delivery is horrible. Yeah, he's not the best of like getting his feelings across. He's yeah, he has issues with expressing himself in a nice way. It certainly is crowded today. Oh right, it's the weekend. God, I can't even remember what day of the week it is anymore. There's no way I'll be able to relax with this many people here. I guess I just grab one drink and go, Oh, huh, so you haven't been in France very long then? Amusingly enough, I was only transferred here a month ago myself. Oh, so we get to see this part from like Jacobo's eyes. I wonder if Yukimasa is employed on his company. I because I mean he was his bodyguard before, so could be interesting. He embodies cactus. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, neat. Speaking of, a month ago is when Maria and I came to Paris on vacation, which is when I started thinking about moving here. So wait, you're saying you decided on everything and moved to a foreign country in the span of a month? Yep. I mean, yes. My mom was known to, not terribly pleased with me either, but once I set my mind on something, I usually make a beeline for it. No need to be so tense. Please, make yourself comfortable. If you say so, sure, I'll try. You know, when you first bumped into me, I was kind of scared. But it turns out you're not scary at all. You actually seem really sweet and respectable. Sweet and respectable, you say? I'm flattered. I don't see myself as either. What the hell do those two Asians think they're doing here? The far end of the counter is my seat, damn it. Not that I reserved it, but okay, so he doesn't know them. It's just that, okay. My bad then. I know this place is quite accommodating to foreigners, but I can't stand all the obnoxious tourists it attracts on top of that. That said, I feel like I've seen the man somewhere before. Maybe from a company we contracted out to? No, I'd remember him more clearly if that were the case. No idea, but it's unimportant anyway. Where's an open seat at the counter? There we go. I do find it interesting that Jacobo seems to be like remembering a lot more than the others. Like the others started to like remember when they got into contact to their like specific others, for lack of a better word, but like Jacopo seems to already like he has had his dreams about like Morgana, and now he like sort of remembers Yukimasa kind of ish. Interesting. Very interesting. Hey barkeep, one of the usual on the rocks. Excuse me? My bottle's already empty. Now get me a new one, please. I don't remember drinking that much, good lord. Are you sure you didn't leave the bottle open and it all evaporated? Ha! I'm joking, yes. I would be able to tell from the taste if you mishandled it that badly. The color's just right, the glass beautiful, and the ice perfectly cut. Now, if only it weren't so loud here, it would be perfect. And now, a drink to wind down from work. Ah! His face, oh my god. Ah, that hits the spot. Nothing in this world beats an ice-cold beer. You there, I'm trying to enjoy my drink in peace, damn it. Keep it down and maybe try acting a little more ladylike, would you? Oh, so they don't, like, know each other. They're not childhood friends here. Or are they? And he just doesn't recognize her. Interesting, interesting. Excuse me? The hell's your problem? This is a bar, I can drink as loud as I damn well please. And miss me with that last century chauvinism while you're at it. Sit somewhere else if you're gonna be a little bitch about it. I only sat next to you because it was the only seat open. I didn't choose this arrangement any more than you did. There are plenty of other bars in town. And this is a bar with my bottle keep. God, you're such a baby. Maybe you need to learn how to act like a proper gentleman. When you see a woman alone at a counter, repeat after me. Good day to you, my lady. Are you alone? Then please allow me to buy you a drink. No more beer for you. A glass of the most expensive whiskey they have. Give it a try. I'm still a beer girl myself, though. this is a relationship I can agree with. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they would be a lot better together than like Jacopo and Morgana. Yeah. Honestly. And they vibe with each other much more as well. Like, of course they have like their ups and downs too and are fighting a lot, but like in the end they're still like very close friends. Or they have been in their previous lives, so I feel, yeah, that would make more sense in a way. And yeah, we love Maria here, definitely. I'd sooner choke on my own tongue. If you want someone to offer you a drink, act like an actual damn lady. Do you ever stop whining, dude? Holy crap. Wait, I feel like we met somewhere before. You trying to hit on me now? Sorry, but I have no interest in foul-mouthed, short-haired girls with attitudes. Try somewhere else. Choke on a dick? Who the hell tried to hit on an asshole like you? No, I just feel like I remember being pissed off at you. Ah, now I remember. You're the dick who bumped into me. I can't say I remember every single person I brushed shoulders with. Well, you were a huge ass to me and my friend. Apologize right now. Pardon? The fact that I don't remember clearly means it wasn't that big a deal, so I see no reason I should be forced to apologize. It may not have been a big deal to you, but it sure was one to me. You put me in a bad mood for the rest of the day, which went and ruined a perfectly good vacation. And the crap just kept piling on after I got back. I ended up clocking my boss, getting fired, and being blacklisted from the fashion industry. So I decided, hey, I'll start over in a new place, and the one place I was finally able to get work at is about to shut down. Most of that doesn't sound even remotely like my fault. So I was thinking like that he maybe was her boss. But I'm starting to reconsider, because it feels like he's probably not then. I don't even remember, but it was something she said that made it sound like it could have been Jacopo, but maybe that was just like a red herring. Or like, not a red herring, but like a misdirect. Screw you! Everything's your fault! I dropped all my luck when you slammed into me that day. Barkeep! Fill me up again! Good lord. Cancel that and pour her a glass from my bottle, would you? Huh? After all that smack you talked, you're actually buying me a drink. I'm not normally a man to offer drinks to any random woman I sit next to, but they don't tend to wail endlessly on me like a miserable banshee either. So you get a pity glass. Oh my god. It's Barney here all along. Oh god, I hope he's not alive. I hope he stays dead. Oh my goodness. Did you just call me a miserable banshee? You sure know how to piss a girl off. You also need a lesson how to properly enjoy good whiskey. You don't just sit down... You don't just down it all like a beer, you hear me? You have to savor it. Take a sip. Roll it around the top of your tongue. Let the aroma soak in, and then swallow. Give it a try. Seriously? Now you're lecturing me on how to drink? Just let me enjoy it how I want to, yeesh. Quit griping and do it how I told you, damn it. Aye aye, Captain. Holy shit! This whiskey's the fucking bomb. I don't usually drink it because it tastes like sweaty asshole, but this stuff ain't half bad. I told you. So, hey, is there only one glass worth of pity in you? You are one ravenous woman. Whatever, have as much as you want. I'm kinda loving this, not gonna lie. I like seeing them like reconnecting. I hope to become friends again. Booyah! You make me want to chew on glass, but you're not a terrible dude. I've changed my mind. I don't want to share another drop with you. I'm just kidding. Learn to take a joke, man. How is it already this late? Late? The night's still young, dude. You got a wife and kids to get back to or something? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm single. I have to be up early for work tomorrow. Damn, you work on the weekends? Well, someone's a busy boy, huh? You don't look like the food service type either. You'd be right about that. I work at a real estate agency that primarily targets wealthy expatriates. But everyone there is utterly useless, so I'm essentially managing the entire branch myself. Ooh, I smell a lot of money in that. You're the kind of guy who lounges around counting big stacks of bills, aren't you? Riches before bitches, yeah? 'Cause most guys, when you buy a girl a drink, the idea is to get them drunk enough to go home with you. As I said, I have zero interest in a woman as crass as you. Or are you insinuating you want to come to my place? Oh, hell no! I jump off a bridge before going home with you. I did have a pretty decent time drinking with you, though. It feels like we've known each other for years. Maybe since we're both Italian. I mean, that's probably not it, but I don't know what else it could be. It's weird, because when you first sat down, I wanted to break your jaw. I was thinking almost the same about you. You don't feel much like a woman, which makes it easier to talk to you. Damn, you're a huge dick. I'm pretty smoking hot if I do say so myself. Whatever. Makes my life a whole lot easier if I don't have to worry about you trying to fill me up every 10 seconds. We should get drinks again sometime. Something tells me this ain't the last we'll be seeing of each other. I would certainly hope it is. If our paths cross a third time, I can only assume malicious forces are at work. Yeah, you do a little snarky act. Get it out of your system. I'm pretty sure there will be a third time for us. Oh, one other thing. The name's Maria. Now you don't have any excuse to call me a miserable banshee next time. So, what's yours? Jacopo. Yeah, I definitely know that name from somewhere. Catch you later, Jacopo. Buona notte. I probably butchered that because I don't know Italian. You don't feel like a woman. Jacopo knows how to praise a person. Yeah. As eloquent as a peace rat. Yeah. On that level, I feel like Jacopo and Michelle are similar, but Michelle is not as much of an ass. I mean, he can be an ass too, but it's not like his entire personality. But yeah. Explains why he and Morgana get so along. Yeah. Oh my god. But I'm liking this. I'm liking that they like becoming friends and that they have this sort of like banter with each other. I'm really enjoying it a lot. Like, I really felt like, I mean, we didn't get to see a lot of their friendship in the main game, like in the third door, because, well, because of the curse and everything, and Maria just being hellbent on killing him and taking revenge. But like, in Reincarnation, I really loved their relationship with each other. Like, their friendship was so precious, and like seeing how worried Maria was for him when he became the Lord and like started to change, and it was just so precious, and I'm very happy that they met again and may be able to like reconnect. Well, I was in there longer than I planned, and the rain still hasn't let up either. I guess I'll take the same shortcut through the park. Is she gonna be there again? Is that? No. She is. Oh my god, Morgana, what has happened to you? I couldn't believe my eyes. A young girl sitting alone on a bench in the rain, exactly as I had seen her yesterday. For a second I wondered if I had gone back in time, but I knew that wasn't possible, which meant she had been there since yesterday. She's going to get sick just sitting there in the rain. Hey kid, you're still here? You again. And you reek of alcohol. Are you drunk? I'm not drunk. I merely enjoyed a nice glass to wind down. But what I've been doing doesn't matter. The question is, what are you doing out here in the rain yet again? And what happened to the umbrella I gave you? It was stolen while I was briefly away. What? Wait, no. The umbrella isn't important either. Don't tell me you've actually been here since yesterday. Oh, baby. Is there some reason you can't go home? Then ask a friend if you can stay at their place. At least find somewhere you can have a roof over your head. Or are you planning on being homeless permanently? You could try saying something, maybe. My life is none of your business. And as I said last time, that's not reason enough for me to just ignore you. Last night I assumed it was a straightforward runaway case, but if there's more to it, then that's all the more reason for someone else to get involved. And as I keep saying, leave me alone. It's none of your concern what happens to me. Fine, I'll let the police deal with you. Excuse me? Why should the police have to be involved? Have I broken any laws? I can't abide by an unattended runaway, but you want me to leave you alone, which leaves me with the only one choice. Let authorities take you in. Dealing with lawbreakers isn't the only duty of the police. Then I'll find a different park where you won't see me. Why are you so determined to stay in the damn park? Anyway, the point is, you can't be here, and going to another park doesn't change that. For the love of God, just go home, child. It's not safe for a girl to be sleeping out here all alone. How can you not realize that? I am obviously aware of the dangers. Then why? Heavens, you are insufferable. Oh, are you finally going home? Absolutely not. I'm simply relocating somewhere without as many obnoxious drunkards around to pester me. She is so cute. Oh my god, I'm loving her new style. She's so pretty. And it really fits her as well. Like, they really nailed her, like, sort of like, well, saint kind of style. Like, her Christian beliefs is still very visible. Like, both with the cross around her neck, but also, like, just her outfit. It's, like, very modest. Yeah, I can't really think of a better word, but it's, like, very modest, and it fits her. It fits her personality a lot. Have a nice life. I will apologize for the umbrella, though. The girl gave me a vicious scowl, then turned and began walking away. I'd given her plenty of warnings, plenty of advice. I'd done my due diligence, and pushing it any harder was a waste of both our time. She could deal with the consequences of her own decisions, whatever they ended up being. It wasn't my business. She was an ungrateful, petulant little brat. I had nothing but a migraine to gain from offering her any consideration. So I just wouldn't. That was the best for my sanity. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It became a mantra in my head. But my hand appeared to have missed the memo, because when I looked up next, it was clasped around her upper arm. What are you? She turned her head back toward me, frowning and clearly bewildered. And I was probably about equally as confused. I could practically hear her chewing me out in her mind about the mixed messages I was sending. If you don't have anywhere else to go. I figured she would have already smacked my hand away and threatened to call the police by now. But what I saw instead was a girl who looked cornered and out of options. My grip around her arm tightened. How was I going to finish that statement? None of the follow-ups I could think of seemed wise, or sane at that. But the other option, letting her go and doing nothing, was entirely out of the question. You can stay at my place. What? Stay at your place? You're joking, right? Much to my own dismay, I'm evidently dead serious. I have food, a bed, and anything else you may need. It's better than sleeping outside in a park, at least. The choice is obviously yours. However, know that if you choose to stay somewhere without a roof over your head, I will call the police and report you as a runaway. That sounds an awful lot like a threat. I like to think I'm simply ensuring you to get what's best for you. Alternatively, I could start screaming. And then when I've drawn enough attention to you, I can slip away and head to a different jurisdiction, but the police can't do anything. By all means, I won't stop you. Well, we reach an understanding then. What's that supposed to mean? I'll go to your place. In the end, it doesn't matter where I go after all. What? You look confused. No, I'm just surprised you actually took me up on the offer. Why should you be surprised when you're the one who proposed it? Now, let go of my arm and then show me the way. Right, fine. The words came out sounding even limper than I had intended. I was quite relieved, though, despite how displeased she looked. The reasonable thing to do in this situation was obviously to not engage with her at all, just to silently report her to the authorities. But I'd gone for perhaps the most unreasonable solution imaginable. I couldn't tell at a glance how old she was, but she certainly wasn't in her 20s like she claimed. I was an adult man, inviting a minor to stay at my place. If anyone in this scenario was going to be spending quality time with the police, it was me. I'd clearly lost my goddamn mind though, because even in the face of that, I had no intention of rescinding my offer. I mean, it is not really a problem as long as you're doing it as a friend. It's when other stuff comes into the equation that it becomes problematic. If you told me I would end up picking up a woman, hell, not even a woman but a girl, at the park tonight as opposed to the bar I just left, I would have laughed in your face. Yeah, and that kind of like thinking like, oh, I picked her up, like, that's making me worried. Like, I don't think he feels anything right now, like they just met, but please game, please let me have a nice, non-problematic story. Please. Please. I want to enjoy this, like I really do, because I do like the relationship. I really do. I really feel their chemistry. I love them together as friends. Like, I love their friendship, but I don't want it to be romantic, and I really hope we don't get there this time. I really, really hope that we won't, but considering how the other stories have went, I do have concerns, because they have been very truthful to like themselves and like been the same people with the same problems, just in a position of like having a better ending. But yeah. Game be like, tee problematic ahoy. No, I don't want that. I really don't. Like I want them to be friends, and I feel like that's what they both would need, a friend. Like, don't make this weird, game, please. Problematic is what this game does. Yeah, but I mean, as I've said before, like, it was fine in the main game because that was like part of like all the problems, although I still feel like making Jacopo in love with Morgana, I feel like the story would still have worked even if they didn't go that route with it, because he could have seen her like a little sister and it would have been just as emotional and effectful. Even more, actually, because it wouldn't have any ickiness to it. So I'm like, ugh, I really hope they won't. I really, really hope they won't, but I heard you wanted wholesome. Well, we have bad news for you. My prediction, oh god, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of my prediction too, and I hate it. I really hate it because I feel like, ugh, why? Why? In my apartment, the girl stood perfectly still, her gaze slowly crawling over the layout of my living room. Was she not used to seeing other people's homes? Or was it just that it was a man's abode? Try not to stare too much, would you? I rarely have guests, so it's a bit of a mess. I don't see the mess, Jacopo. Okay, you have one shirt hanging over your couch. You have a tray with cigarettes and you have a newspaper. Yes, yes. A terrible mess. How? How could you leave it in this state? I think it looks pretty pristine if you ask me, but yeah. Moral of the story, humans are doomed to repeat their mistakes. I mean, yeah. I feel like, in a way, we are. Unless we like this actually make an effort to change. That's what I really liked about Mel and Nelly, because they actually made an effort to change. And I guess we kind of can say that about, like, okay, Pauline didn't want to change. She just wants to be happy. She is Pauline. But Yukimasa kinda is trying to make an effort to change for her. So yeah. But I felt like it was very clear with like Mel and Nelly that they were still the same people, they were still having the same feelings, doing the same mistake, but they both like decided together that they were going to work with their problems. Like Mel was going to try to not be such a coward and not always taking the easy way out, and Nelly is going to work with her emotional problems. So yeah. If that's a mess, hides. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel that too. Like, Jacobo, what are you talking about? We tend to be able to change if we want to change. Yeah, if we want to, we can, but it's very easy. Like, that's one reason why Mel is actually very relatable. And it's also one of the reasons why it's so easy to dislike, because I feel like it hits close to home for many of us. Like, it's so easy to like look at him and judge him for the way he is, but it's so easy to be a Mel, like being a coward, taking the easy way out, not putting in any effort into anything, just trying to lace about, have an easy life and not really change, just having the status quo with and just getting through life in the easiest way possible. I feel like it's very much relatable, and that's also a reason why it's so easy to dislike him, because he is so relatable, and it's like, at least for me, hits a nerve, because I know, like, ugh, I don't want to be like that, can you stop being like that, you know? So yeah. I'm more like, oh, I'm having guests, hides mess. Yeah, well, true. When I'm having guests, I'm like cleaning up like frantically, but when I'm alone, it piles up. I'm very lazy, and I tend to be like, nah, take it tomorrow, and then I don't, and then I'll be like, I take it tomorrow, and then I don't, and then I do that for a couple of days, and then it's just a mess, and I've been like, oh god, why did I do this? Like, it become a huge effort instead of like a small effort, you know? It looks quite clean to me. Thank you, Morgana. Yes. Huh. Now, that's the last thing I expected to hear from you. But if a teenage girl says so, then it must be true. It's been bothering me for a while, but could you please stop acting like I'm a child? All right, you're in your 20s, I forgot. Then I better give you the adult treatment instead. When you gave me the umbrella yesterday, you said you lived nearby. Huh? What about it? It is close. Not even a 30-minute drive. Are all grown men compelled to downplay their struggles, or is it just you? I took that to mean you live maybe a few minutes away. This is hardly what I would call in the neighborhood. Partway through the cab ride, I began to suspect you were actually kidnapping me. I wouldn't do I would do no such thing. As I've told you on multiple occasions, I am not a creep. I'll show you my ID if that will make you feel any better. I got my driver's license, my passport, and I'll even dig out my birth certificate if you want to see that. I have nothing to hide. For the last time, I'm only providing you shelter until whatever's going on blows over and you can go home. Until then, you're free to make yourself at home here. You're inscrutable. Excuse me? Who are you calling inscrutable? I'm just offering you some hospitality. The silent treatment. Well, whatever. You must be hungry. It won't be anything fancy, but I'll throw dinner together. Oh, but you're going to want to get changed first, huh? You get sick if you stay in that wet dress. Give me a minute, I'll go find something. No, you needn't bother. I needn't bother? What's with the sudden stuffy act? I thought you had a sassy retort for everything. Anyway, I'll go grab a towel and some clothes. You sit down until I get... Hold on. You kind of... What? Get away from me! Really smell. Oh god. How long has it been since you last bathed? I thought the apartment smelled kind of weird when we got in, but no, it was just you, I guess. Seems like she's been out there for a while. Smell? As in, I stink? Correct, you smell like a wet dog. It's impressively foul. You are such a gentleman, Jacopo, oh my god. The shower's right there, go clean all that nasty junk of you. And you can toss your clothes in the washer while you're at it. Never in my life have I met a woman in her 20s who let herself go around smelling like a damn animal. But... Pardon? Burn in hell, you fiend! Oh my god. That seems a bit excessive, I think. A few minutes later, I heard the sound of running water coming from the bathroom. As off as the girl was, it seemed she at least knew how to use the shower. So she hadn't been raised by wolves in the forest. That was a relief. After checking to make sure the door into the shower area was properly closed, I went into the bathroom and put a freshly washed shirt and a pair of pants in a basket by the sink. They probably wouldn't fit her, but I didn't keep any smaller clothes on hand, so she would just have to make do. It was honestly rather strange hearing sounds that weren't mine at home. While I told the girl I rarely had guests, the truth was, I never did. I was somewhat more social back before I moved to France, but I hadn't made any friends here close enough to invite over. An image of the woman I met at the bar today, Maria, flashed into my mind. Supposedly it wasn't actually our first encounter, but I sincerely couldn't remember bumping into her before. At first I had thought her merely loud and overbearing, but by the time we parted ways, I had grown quite comfortable with her. Okay, you can insult her that way at least. Oh god. After checking the door was properly closed, how did this shake try to open it? I don't think he would, like, I don't know. Like, let's not make it weird, guys. I don't think he has any of those kinds of feelings right now, at least. He's just trying to be a nice guy here, so... Once someone had left a bad impression on me, it was rare for it to ever improve, and certainly never that quickly. Perhaps I could invite her over sometime and we could chat over drinks again. That might be fun. We hadn't given each other our numbers though, and I doubted we'd accidentally run into each other for a third time, so maybe not. But for now, I needed to focus my attention on the girl. How long did girls her age usually spend in the showers? It can take a while. It can take a while. It's a process. Unfortunately, I didn't have any sisters or younger cousins as I was growing up, so I had no idea what to expect. I just knew it felt like it was taking forever in there. So I figured I should go ahead and make dinner in the meantime, to take my mind off the waiting. It's like very kind of him though to do this. Like, I know it's Morgana and he probably feel like some sort of bond-ish, like fate or destiny, whatever he doesn't want to believe in, but like, it's still very nice because thinking of how Jacopo is, he's not the type of person to invite someone home and like take care of them like this, but he still does. And I mean, it kind of is the type of person he is though, like deep down, before he became this like super important boss kind of person, because he was like this before he became the Lord. He saved her and took her in and like took care of her and made sure she got her ointment treatment and all of that. He is a very caring person, but yeah, and it's just so clear here that he is like, it's not just for story purposes, he's just deep down there is a nice guy. Just hidden between all these layers of like aggressiveness and assholiness, you know. Simply made sure with ice it wasn't a jar pushed the pull door or vice versa, that it didn't need to click. Yeah. I guess that'll do. Would it be better if I hadn't added the sauce before making sure I had enough tomatoes? It tastes fine though. Now to wait for the water to boil. Ah! She's beautiful with her hair down too. Look at that hair! She's so pretty. Christ, I didn't see you there. You could have said something, goddamn. Hold on. Oh lord. Don't check her out, please. Please just be concerned that she's wearing very little. Please don't check her out, for God's sake. Whoa, put on some clothes for God's sake. This is not how you conduct yourself in a stranger's house. Also true. You did see that I set pants out for you too, right? You could fit two of me in those pants, and the legs were so long I'd almost certainly trip on them. So I decided it was more comfortable to not wear them. That doesn't mean you can just go around wearing only... And why is that? The shirt is long enough on me to be a dress, so I don't see a problem. It's a very short dress if that's what you consider being long enough to be a dress. I do see a problem. Everything about it is a problem. You're a young girl carelessly exposing your legs to an older man. Ah, so you're insinuating that my attire has caused you to have untoward thoughts about me. You are a degenerate and a repulsive human being. What? I am not having untoward thoughts about you. I just mean you won't have anyone to blame but yourself for dressing like that if something happens to you. Jacopo? Jacopo. I get what you're saying. I get the problem with the outfit. But, like, blaming it on the potential victim, it's not like, yeah. But I get that the outfit is problematic, and yeah, me too, Quill. I am with Jacopo here. But at the same time, you can't blame it on the victim because they were wearing too little. Like, it's never the victim's fault, but yeah, it definitely is problematic in this situation. Because like it would be different if they knew each other. Like it could be like a little bit awkward, but like they don't know each other, and that is what makes it problematic, because she doesn't know that he's a nice guy. But yeah, putting it like that, no, just no. They are both stupid. Yeah, they both are kind of. Yeah, definitely. Reality is reality. Unfortunately, some people just can't control themselves. Yeah, that is true, but it's still not the victim's fault, I would say. Because those people probably wouldn't be able to control themselves even if the person was fully dressed, honestly. Those peoples are disgusting and just a shame to humanity. And like I said, it's never the victim's fault. You can't, because I hate that kind of thing where like there has been sexual assault and the first thing that people do is asking, but what did you wear? Oh, then you ask for it. Like, no. I am of the opinion that a woman should theoretically be able to walk around naked without being assaulted. Like, it's not something I want, because I mean, obviously we don't live in that kind of society where it's comfortable, where we are comfortable with people walking around naked, but like, in theory, I feel like that, yeah, because no, it is not the victim's fault, it is always the offender. Because if you can control yourself, that's on you, dude. You have the problem, not the victim. But yeah, they are both being stupid in this situation. In different ways. Our culture and raising these days doesn't teach self-control to people too much. Yeah, that is true. Like, I get what you're saying with your comment there, that some people just can't control themselves. I get that, and that's why this is problematic. Why she shouldn't dress like this when she doesn't know Jacopo. But he's putting it very wrongly as well, because, yeah, in theory she should be able to walk around like this and it should be fine. And she can, because he is not one of those guys, but like, yeah, she doesn't know that. So, yeah. Anyway, enough ranting. Yes, that's what all sex offenders say. You blame your victims for wearing revealing clothing and claim no responsibility for your own actions. A man is allowed to dress like a slob whenever he pleases, but a woman must be prim and proper at all times. Is that what you're saying? Christ, she's relentless. Damn it, Jacopo, calm yourself down. She's a goddamn child. A bit of leg isn't going to do anything for you. Well, I sure hope not. Deep breaths. Calm ocean waves. You make a fair point. And it's not as though you're in any way physically attractive to me. Okay, Jacopo, please be quiet. Go somewhere else. Do something else, please. I hate this, guys. I feel like I feel like I know where this is going, and I hate it. I hate it. Of course, it's not the victim's fault, but imagine going outside at night with a transparent bag full of money. Sort of the same thing. Yeah, I get what like I said, I get what you're saying, but still. In that case, also, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be the person wearing the transparent bag's fault. It's the problem stealing, so, you know, it's, yeah. And hello, Krusty Cucumber, welcome to the stream, hello. But yeah, I tried to stop ranting. Let's try to keep going with the story and see where this is actually going. But yeah, I have a lot of concerns about this whole situation here, because I know what was in the past, so... I take back what I said. Dress as slovenly as your heart desires. You can roam about in nothing but your underwear and it won't faze me. Then perhaps I shall. Don't even think about it! I'm kidding. I would like to maintain at least a degree of modesty. Wearing nothing but a shirt counts as modesty to you. So, what is it you're making? It's spaghetti and meat sauce. Nothing exciting, just throwing together a quick store-bought dinner. I never realized a quick store-bought meal involved cutting fresh onions, cooking fresh ground beef, and crushing fresh tomatoes. This is most educational. I kind of agree with her there. Like, if I do a quick store-bought meal, it involves a microwave and nothing else. Does every word that comes out of your mouth have to be dripping with sarcasm? This isn't even close to a proper homemade sauce. But yes, that is a bit big on you. You should change back into your clothes when the laundry is done. And don't you dare suggest there's some deeper, sinister meaning there. I just can't imagine something that loose will be comfortable. Yeah, she's very sassy. I'm loving it. She is amazing. Yes, whatever you say. Do you have any women's clothing I can use then? You're Italian, are you not? So I assume you will have a few spare outfits lying around for one-night stands. Oh my god! Oh wow, okay. Morgana, aren't you Italian too? Is what I'm wondering. Because in Requiem it was hinted at that you are, and I think I actually googled the name Morgana, and I think that it is of Italian descent. Hey, watch it. Just because I'm Italian doesn't automatically mean I'm promiscuous. You're not popular with women then? Why does it have to be one or the other? How did you know I was Italian anyway? We're both speaking French, and I hadn't used any other language in many months. The majority of people in these parts were some form of Latin European. It wouldn't be easy to pinpoint someone's nationality by their appearance. Did I have an accent then? I felt like my pronunciation was fairly standard, but maybe I wasn't the best judge of that. She cocked her head to the side, seemingly unsure how to answer, which likely meant it wasn't something as obvious as an accent. Now that you mention it, I'm not sure. I just thought you were from the moment I saw you, and never considered otherwise. How strange. I was wondering if she called Jacopo a crossdresser. Oh god. I think Jacopo would kill you if he knew what you were saying. Huh. Curious, but not unbelievable, I suppose. In any case, yes, I am from Italy. Are you familiar with Sicily? She nodded. I was born in Sicily, but I only lived there for a few years. As a kid, I was constantly moving all over Italy, and now I'm here for work. Do you ever feel like going back? To Sicily? No, never. There's nothing there. Not even fond childhood memories. And I hate family gatherings. She fell silent for a minute, muttered, "I see," under her breath, and then didn't pursue it any further. He would hire Yuki Masa to do it. Oh yeah, true. Which, honestly, I was grateful for. I didn't particularly enjoy talking about my family. Evidently, some generations back, our ancestors had ties to the mafia, and that reputation still came with the name today. Oh yeah, if only he knew. But I'm thinking here, since she asked that question and then fell silent to his answer, I'm thinking, since we kind of seen the other couples having their sort of happy endings, I'm thinking, what if this ends with Jacopo, Maria, and Morgana going back to Italy together? I mean, I know that Morgana will eventually move into the house with Michelle and Giselle, because we have seen that, but we don't know if that's necessarily the end. Or maybe they go into a trip there, I don't know. I just feel like that would be nice, because they have been talking about it, and in the end of Requiem, they were both having that dream with them going back to their like homeland, and yeah, I feel like that would be a nice ending to their story. I really hope that something like that could happen. And also, again, as friends. As friends. As a child, the other kids tended to keep their distance, hence no fond memories of that period. We lived in mostly rural areas, so rumors spread quickly and mercilessly. This in turn led to difficulty at school, trouble graduating, and even became an obstacle finding work. It was like every little thing I did was being monitored everywhere I went. Morgana needs to be treated like a certain ghost, which we'll probably have to show for context later. Yeah. What if this ends with them passing ways, them meeting again, which is an adult? That would be... that could also work. That could work. Actually, but as I said, I hope he won't feel anything for her this time, like, because that... it is problematic, like, I don't want that, but yeah. Will Shane be homeless Morgana? Jacopo spills beans to Maria. Maria says that she knows people who have an apartment building. Morgana moves in. Oh yeah! That's very good thinking there. I didn't even like think about that, but that's true. That could very well be like the case. Like, I can see this being about like, well, Jacopo and Maria becoming friends again, and like them taking care of Morgana together again, and like, yeah, finding a home for her. That would be very, like, I think that might be it, and that seems like very, like it could be very sweet and wholesome. I could feel their stares, see them waiting to pounce at any slip up. It was suffocating. And when I did screw something up, it was all living up to your family's name, I see, from every direction. I had no prospects in that country. They would make damn sure of that. So I left as quickly as I could manage. I'd expected the girl to say something snippy in response, but she stayed uncharacteristically quiet. It felt wrong not hearing anything sarcastic coming from her. But that's not really a story for now. Dinner will be ready soon, so take a seat elsewhere and wait. There's a TV in the living room. You can watch whatever you want. So Giselle's cafe turns out to be a brothel. What? No! No! Dudor, why? Dudor! Why are you even saying that? Stop! No! Morgana is even more angry kitten now though. Yeah, she is. She gives off angry kitten vibes, definitely. She gave a curt nod, then trotted out into the living room. Man, it really throws me off balance when she's not fighting me at every junction. Guys, I think it's time for a small stretchy break, because I'm starting to feel a bit stiff, and I feel, other than that, I feel quite good, so I feel like we can go for maybe at least an hour more, depending on how the story goes. I want to stop at like a good spot, of course, but I feel like we can do a bit longer than we usually do, since it is a Sunday and I have more time. And I'm very much enjoying this story, so I want to keep going. So yeah, someone needs to use the water spray on Dudor. You guys do that, use the water spray on Dudor. And I will go and stretch. Feel free to stretch as well, you guys. It's not good to sit still for too long, as I say every time, so yeah. But I mean it as well. I speak from experience, so... Yeah, breaking another cliffhanger. But yeah, let's stretch for a bit and then we see each other here soon. So don't go anywhere too far, I will be back soon. Alright, I am back. I hope everyone had a nice time while I was gone. I have concerns about my body. I have like had this weird stomach pain today, and I can't really tell if it's like muscular or something else, but I really felt it now when I was standing up, and it was like every step was like pain. Yeah, but it might be muscular because, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what I have done, and yeah, it's not very nice. But the stretch was nice at least. So yeah. Gotta love the lolly wake up animation. Yeah, it's a bit twitchy, I feel, but it's what you get. Anyway, let's continue with the story. Hey, food's ready. What the hell are you doing? When I stepped out into the living room with 2 plates of fresh spaghetti, I was greeted with the girl staring at the remote, still as a statue. After frowning at it for a while, she turned her head up to face me. You told me to watch TV, but I can't figure out how to use the remote. I pushed the button, but it won't come on. Should we revisit the diet conversation? I don't know if it's because of that. I feel like I haven't eaten specifically badly, so I don't know, honestly. But what on earth was she talking about? She didn't know how to use the remote? She couldn't be serious. Oh, do you not have a TV at home? I guess you can do everything on a computer and phone these days, so you wouldn't necessarily need one. I don't have a computer or a phone either. What kind of life you had, girl? Wait. What kind of life have you had, girl? Christ. It's 21st century, for God's sake. Are you secretly an old woman? Or Amish, maybe? How do you keep track of your schedule, buy plane tickets, or reserve your seat at a movie theater without a smartphone? How rude! You can use an agenda to track your schedule, buy plane tickets at the airport, and buy movie tickets at the theater counter. It sounds like you're too reliant on your phone. Fine, I reluctantly give you that you can't live without one. But it deprives you of a great many conveniences and luxuries. Modern civilization is built under the assumption that everyone has these devices. There are accommodations you simply cannot make use of if you don't keep up with the times to a certain degree. Not everyone sees the world the same as you, and for all your insistence I do, you don't seem to be getting much enjoyment out of the life you're pushing. To be fair, TV remotes are horrible. Morgana is too. Yeah, definitely. Goddamn child, forget it, just give me the remote. Look, the red button turns it on and off, then you push the numbers to change the channel. Too reliant on phone looks at Lolly and Fia. I don't know what you mean. I feel like this is slander. This is slander, okay? See, that's all it took. How could you not even work that out that much for yourself? There are too many buttons. What are all the other ones doing there if that's all you need to turn it on? Obviously you need to be able to set recordings, browse the guide, connect to the internet and so on. That's too complicated. Why can't it be more straightforward? I kind of do get that though, like a lot of remotes do have a lot of buttons, like yeah, you don't need half of them, I feel. I love how they isn't lumping me into yeah, right. You're part of the phone group here, so well-deserved slander, dude. I don't even know where my phone is at the moment. I do, it's right here beside me, but it is on mute, so I'm not looking at it while I'm streaming, so there's that, at least. Then you just have to get an old-fashioned TV that can't record anything and only has a couple channels for your home. I can't. Huh? Why can't... I stopped myself before finishing the question, though. I was talking to her like I would an adult, even though she was still a child, who unconvincingly insisted she was in her 20s. It wasn't safe to assume she didn't have these things by choice. That she didn't own a phone or a computer because she didn't want one. Her parents' shadows hovered behind her. They were complete unknowns in this equation. But if her parents wouldn't let her have these things, that was that. A fact that had slipped my mind until just now. Hey, do your parents... The TV is quite an obnoxious device, isn't it? So many people talking all at once. It gives me a headache. Did she just change the subject on me? Well, if she didn't want to talk about it, then it would be best not to push the issue. However, I was fairly certain that was where I would find the answer to why she had been sleeping all alone in a park in the rain. The question was whether I would actually involve myself enough to get that out of her. A question I didn't want to consider right now. Well, we can always change it to something else. There are channels to do nothing but play music, like a radio. That would be better, I'm guessing. I switched it over to a music channel. A woman with a high-pitched voice was singing up to poppy music. I'd never heard of her before. The song was rather grating, I thought, but it seemed like something a girl her age would be fond of. I don't like her voice very much. I think I would rather listen to classical. Change it to that. I could have been further off the mark. I knew next to nothing about her, but it looked like I wasn't going to get anywhere applying my ideas of what a normal teenage girl was like to her. What are you laughing about? Oh, nothing. So, classical, huh? Not a bad choice. That's my favorite kind of music, after jazz. I figured you would like jazz. Like, the music in the third door is very jazzy and very nice. Like, it's the best music in the house in Fata Morgana, I feel. So, yeah. Quill doesn't talk about using your phone as much, so I don't have a good link to it, and she has been in no computer help for a while, so true. I have my PS5 controller in my hands, thank you very much. I see, and here I thought you were going to whine about it. Hey, do I really seem like such a petty man to you? Anyway, you're the one who does all the whining here, but never mind that. What I wanted to say originally is, dinner's ready, though it's gotten kind of cold by now. You might want to warm it back up. Do you know what a microwave is? Of course I do, don't belittle me. It was a genuine question. I still didn't have a solid grasp on what she did and didn't understand yet. She sat down at the table and stared intently at her plate of spaghetti. Surely she actually knew how to eat it, didn't she? I gestured with my chin for her to start eating, and she slowly reached down to pick up her fork, like she was afraid it would bite her or something. Watching her it felt like I had taken in a stray cat. Did that mean I was not trying to win her trust with food? That was one hell of an image. Once she finally got the first bite down, I started in on my own. It wasn't cold yet, but it was a step above lukewarm. And the noodles were harder than al dente, far from ideal. And it tasted, well, barely average. If I'd had the proper ingredients, I could have made a meal befitting the music, but alas. I really should have stopped by the store on my way back. Stop? What the hell, Jacopo? Do you want to cook a full 3-course meal for a damn stray? Like you said, a quick store-bought dinner is more than good enough for her. The kid's not going to be grateful no matter what I make her anyway. It's good. Oh my god, that's adorable. Poor Morgana. I really hope that she will have like a better time around this time. She deserves all the happiness. Like, she has been through so much. But just the fact that she's sitting out in the cold rain in a park for multiple days. Like, it feels like her life is still not great, but I hope that it can change. Like, because remember what she said, that her time with the people at the brothel were like the brightest of her life, and how much she treasured those moments. I feel like she could have that again, but without it going wrong, because we won't have bandits this time, we won't have Yukimasa slaughtering everyone. Like, I really hope that she can have a better life this time around. I really, really hope that. I kind of want to see what different characters' lives would be if the dwarves were in each other's time periods. Yeah? Could be interesting, yeah, definitely. What would Quiz life look in the Middle Ages? No idea, you'll have to ask her. She looks shocked, I can't believe he can cook. Yeah, kinda like that, but it's also... I get a feeling that she is not used to having good food almost, because she's very like small. So, and she doesn't seem to live like a good life. It's what I'm assuming is from this little pieces of information that we have about her in this era. So yeah, it feels like she's not used to eating very good. This reminds me of when I first cooked lasagna for Lolly. I never doubted your cooking abilities, Dudor. I have never doubted that, you know. I know that you can cook, and I have never doubted that. Wait for her to move in, then some reason it gets attacked. No attacks this time. Let them have peace. Put me in the Middle Ages, but I want to change some of my personal settings for it. Yeah. I can understand. I wouldn't want to be in the Middle Ages personally. Like, it is my favorite like time period in like stories and stuff, but just thinking me living there, I wouldn't last a day, honestly. What? Oh, glad to hear it. You look flabbergasted. I just didn't expect you to say anything nice about it. But don't think this is the best I can do, you hear me? I can make a real respectable meal too. I'm very particular about both my ingredients and my spices. Well, you are Italian. I see. I think this is very good as it is, though. Oh, you do? Well, thanks. Why am I the one thanking her? Christ. It strikes me I haven't cooked for anyone else in a long time. Or eaten with anyone, for that matter. Oh? That's a shame. Although I haven't shared a table with anyone in some time either. Comments like that made me want to ask about her home situation, but I swallowed my words along with a mouthful of spaghetti. What she did say was enough to infer that things weren't especially pleasant for her there. Although all I could do was guess about exactly how bad it was. After that, we ate our dinners in silence. It was an oddly comfortable, relaxing kind of quiet. Made especially curious considering the circumstances, I was sharing it with a teenage runaway while classical music played in the background. Yet somehow, I felt a sort of déjà vu. I knew for a fact I'd never met the child before, and I knew for a fact I'd never been in this situation before. But still I knew it from somewhere far, unimaginably far in the past. The girl's mercilessly sharp tongue, as well as the tendency to turn meek and considerate at the drop of a hat. But above all, the countless times like this we'd shared. After we finished eating, I went to take a quick shower, and by the time I was out it had gotten rather late. The girl was sitting on the couch, eyes locked on the TV, which was still playing classical music. It was a shame the channel only broadcast nature photographs to accompany the music. Footage of an orchestra performing the piece would really round out the experience. But a simple slideshow, it was more something you put on in the background, not sat on the couch and watched. I believe I said you were free to change the channel, put a movie on, read a book, whatever you want. And here you see me doing what I wanted. If I need to watch a movie or read a book, then command me to do so. Damn it, I'm not here to order you around. I'm just trying to be nice, Christ. But hey, if that makes you happy, then by all means. It's about time for bed though. You can use the bedroom down the hall. I'm sleeping on the sofa, so you'll have the room to yourself. What? You have something you want to say? I was certain you were going to try to sleep with me. Oh my god, let's not go there. Sleep with... Not a chance in hell! Are you out of your goddamn mind? I couldn't think of any other reason you would bring me here and offer me so much hospitality. Poor girl, like really, she needs a hug if anything. Oh, for the love of God! I told you at the outset I was just trying to provide you shelter until things blew over, and I have no interest in goddamn children. Oh, I see. She let out a barely audible sigh of relief, not even bothering to object to my calling her a child. So did that mean she'd just been sitting there because she was too scared to bring herself to do anything else? Oh my god, poor girl. If that was the case, I could only imagine how rough it must have been waiting for me to get out of the shower. Or maybe I could if I were a goddamn pushover. Don't put yourself in deliberately scary situations, idiot! Don't try to sleep in the park or casually follow strange men home, or wear nothing but a goddamn shirt if you know it's going to do this to you. Act in your own interest for once instead of deliberately acting against them at every turn. You're the one who told me to come back with you in the first place. There's nothing scary about this. Who knows what might have happened if you actually stayed in that park? It's not safe out there. Hell, it's a miracle you made it as long as you did without anything happening. Given how bad you smell, you weren't out there for just a day or two. How long has it been, huh? When did you run away from home? Stop shouting. I only stayed outside for about a week. What? God, you're one lucky girl. A whole week out there alone. Nothing did happen to you, right? No strange men tried to do anything? One man did attempt to touch me. What? And are you okay? I pulled up my sleeve, showed him my arm, and he ran off. Huh? You showed him your arm? What's that have to do with anything? Because I look like this. The girl quietly brought her hand up to the buttons on her shirt, undoing the top, and the next... Before I could get a word out, she turned around and dropped the shirt around her shoulders. Oh. So she still has the markings, it's just not her face this time. My God. Poor girl. Her back was covered in hideous markings. I felt like I was going to gag at the sight of it. The markings looked like something between burn scars, endlessly crisscrossing lacerations, and something you might see on someone with a rare disease. I had never seen anything quite like it before. One look at this is enough to scare most people off, and there are none who would attempt to lay a hand on me, or worse. The man assumed I had some sort of horrible disease, and not wanted to catch it himself, he ran off very quickly. So no, I'm not acting against my own interests. I knew perfectly well I was in no danger out there. See, you're scared too. What did I tell you? No, I wasn't scared. I just lost my voice. My chest was so tight I could barely breathe. It felt almost like I had forgotten how to entirely. Or was I sinking deeper and deeper into a mire? What the hell was going on? Why was this happening? Sure, the scars were grotesque and extremely unpleasant to look at. But this feeling was not rooted in either fear or disgust. It was... God. God, what was it? Those are the scars you failed to heal. You left her with them. Oh my God. Ah. My heart. My heart. Ah. That sentence. Wow. And then proceeded to inflict even greater wounds upon her soul. You scarred her in a way she will never, ever recover from. I feel like I'm about to cry, guys. What? The next thing I realized, I was on my knees, my breathing rough and my hand clenched before my heart. What the hell was that? There was a voice condemning me, reminding me of my mistakes, accompanied by a crushing torrent of emotions. I apologize for showing you without warning. I didn't think they were sicking you so much. No, that's not it. Your scars don't sicken me in the slightest. But knowing that, I gave them to you. What are you talking about? We first met yesterday. You couldn't possibly have caused these. They were not given to me by anyone, nor are they caused by disease. I've had them forever, my whole life. Sorrow seems apt as perhaps explicitly without pity, yeah. His past self, yeah, I think so. Probably. Or like Michelle, maybe, but I think more, yeah, his past self probably. Because he knows that he messed up. Or at least he did, by the end of, like, both his lives. She's had them forever. Are you sure you're okay? If the terrible marks on my skin triggered a bad memory, then I apologize. I'm very sorry. What are you apologizing for? That's not like you. Not like me? What are you talking about? We haven't even known each other a day. You don't know a single thing about me. You're absolutely right. What the hell am I talking about? Something's gotten into me. I'm sorry. As you say, I couldn't have caused your scars. However, what I said still stands. They do not bother me. So stop being so self-deprecating about your body. Please, don't do it again. She fell silent for a few moments, as though in thought, then gave a soft nod. To which I responded with an equally soft chuckle. The tightness in my chest remained entirely unrelieved though. Had I honestly done nothing to cause those scars? A girl with scars like yours has shown up in my dreams before, and every time I do something to her, I just can't remember what. Why bring this up right now though? If I told her we met in my dreams, she would think I've gone mad. That would undoubtedly frighten her. You assume you're in no danger because of those scars, but you need to understand that there are people out there who only care if you're a girl. Nothing else matters to them. There's no such thing as too careful. You have a point, I suppose. I admit I was acting a bit rash and without concern for myself. I'll be a little more careful. If you could, that would put my mind at ease. But now, you should really go to bed. If you get thirsty during the night, help yourself to anything in the fridge. And one last thing. You don't have to worry about any unwanted contact. I give you my word, I won't touch you without permission. Thank you. Well, good night. Good night. Say. Yes? I thought you wanted me to go to bed. Well, yeah, just, I won't do anything to hurt you, okay? You're a really bizarre man. I'm not concerned about you doing anything anymore. I can't quite put it into words. But you seem different from other men. Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Sleep well. The girl gave a little nod, and then trotted off into the bedroom and out of sight. What on earth had possessed me to say that? Obviously I wasn't going to do anything to her, but I still felt deep down that I had to tell her. Although I chickened out and not said it the right way. I won't do anything to hurt you ever again. Oh my god, my heart, I can't take this, guys. I'm getting all emotional. The writing in this is so good, like, oh my god, I'm loving this. But also kinda hate it because it's painful. His past self poking his brain. Yeah, Yukimasa had it too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that might be it, actually. So, yeah. So when does he nail planks over the bedroom door? No, don't say that. Huggles to Lolly. Thank you. Like, this is just so emotional because of how their story, like, because of the tragedies that they have been through, like, aside from, like, Michelle and Giselle, Jacopo and Morgana are our, like, main heroes. They were the main characters in Requiem, and their relationship, like, means a lot to me, and, like, what they've been through. Like, once again, I want them to be just friends, but I still feel very much the emotion that they, and, like, how much they care for one another. And I love seeing that in Jacopo, like, seeing the soft side of Jacopo, because he very rarely lets that be shown. And that just gets me, that he's just, like, realizing, he don't understand why, but it's realizing how much he hurt her. And it hurts me so much to know, like, because I think it is that way, that those scars is because she hasn't fully healed. Because, like she said, by the end of the house in Fata Morgana, what he did, she can't just forgive him. That's simply not possible, because he ruined her. Whatever what was left of her, he completely and utterly ruined, when he was the one who was supposed to save her. And I really do hope that he will be able to this time, that instead of trapping her and hurting her, that he will be the savior that she needs, that she can finally, like, get over all of this. But at the same time, I'm a bit torn, because, like, at the same time, I'm not sure if that will be possible because of what he's done. And I feel like Michelle kind of took that role as her savior, but at the same time I feel like she wants it to be Jacopo, or at least she wanted it to be before. Like, she always held the slave boy in very high regard before she knew that the slave boy and the Lord were the same. So yeah, but I get very emotional. Because I love these characters so much, like, so much, and the writing is just amazing. It is so good. I was standing in a large room. It was more space than I knew what to do with, even with a huge bed sitting at the far wall. Like the rest of the house, the room smelled of cigarettes. Normally I couldn't stand the smell, but it didn't bother me as much here for whatever reason. I never stayed at anyone else's house before, and it wasn't like I'd been planning to change that anytime soon, despite the man's accusation that I just casually followed him home. I wanted to send him away when he told me to come with him. I wasn't stupid. You'd have to be crazy to follow a complete stranger, and an older man at that, home. Jacopo and Michelle need to become her dads. Sorry, Giselle. yeah, I feel that. And that's the role I want to see in Jacopo. I want to see him like an older brother or something. Because I feel like that is more what she needs him to be. A friend. Nothing like romantic. When she died, she never found out Jacopo was a lord. No, she did. She did find... no, when she died. Yeah, no, she didn't. She didn't. She was so in her, she was just lost at that point. She could only see Barnier. She never knew that it was Jacopo, and he never told her. Because he couldn't, she didn't want to tarnish her memories of him, basically. So yeah, she never knew until the end of the House of Fata Morgana, and that was why, it was one of the reasons why Michelle wanted to, go back to the past and show her what he had found out, because she didn't have the full picture. She wanted to show that Jacopo, that the Lord wasn't just an evil man that deserved to be punished, that there actually was some good deep inside as well, and that everything is not always so black and white. It doesn't forgive, and it doesn't excuse what he did, but there was a reason for it. He wasn't just fully evil, and to keep punishing him would not accomplish anything. Giselle can be the fun aunt. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, she had lost her mind completely as she had created a white hair girl. Precisely. So why had I come with him? I couldn't explain it myself. Was it just me not caring about my own well-being? Was there really nothing else to it? Something told me that wasn't the case. That something else had pushed me to agreeing. It didn't make any sense. He was an angry, mean, bitter man. There was nothing at all likable about him. At most, he did seem like he would always be honest with me. Finally able to relax, I realized I was incredibly tired. I barely even had the energy left to think. It was probably time to sleep. It smells so nice. Poor baby. Oh, and we're having this dream again. I wonder if it's from her or his perspective this time. But you choose what we're doing today, alright? Huh? You want me to sing? I don't mind. What are you laughing about? You didn't think I would agree? Okay, fine, I won't sing. Puppy dog eyes won't change my mind either. That's that, I'm not going to sing. Alone, that is. Yes, you're singing with me. Go find someone who has a lute and ask to borrow it. You don't get a say in the matter. You did ask to borrow that, right? And got permission. None of the shenanigans you pulled at the festival. We need to remain on good terms with everyone if we're going to live here. Well, good. I'm glad you can manage that much. At some point, if we're going to do this again, you should purchase your own so you don't have to borrow one. It would certainly make things simpler, wouldn't it? Next time a merchant is in town, if they're selling a lute, buy it. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. As long as it has strings capable of making music, that's adequate. And if it's out of tune, you can tune it. You can at least manage that, can't you? That night, I had a strange dream. Fields of wheat, a lute, our homeland. I never seen a field like that before, at least not outside of photos. That said, it felt as though it had been forever since I slept soundly enough to dream. I almost wanted to go back to sleep, even though it was already morning. Maybe I would be able to see more of the dream if I did. It was bizarre. Something felt familiar about the field, though it was positive I had never been there in my life. It was an incredibly warm, happy dream, but somehow also deeply sad. And who was that in a dream with me? I got undressed, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and made breakfast. It was about time to head out to work. I assumed she would have been up by now, but the girl had yet to emerge from my room. Why the hell am I waiting for her when leaving a note would more than suffice? Well, no, it would be fine for me, but less so for her waking up all alone in a stranger's house. But I can't just go into the room and check on her either. What if she's in there changing? Why am I wasting time worrying about this at all? This is my apartment and she's in my room. I have every right to go in there. If she has a problem with it, well, it's her fault for sleeping so damn long. Jacopo, relax. There's this thing with doors. You can knock on them. Just saying, you can knock. Alright, time to drag her ass out of bed. Hey, it's me. I'm coming in, but not for any uncouth reasons. You hear me? It's just breakfast is going to get cold and gross if... And what are you doing standing in front of my door? Christ! Give me a little warning, child. What are you, a ghost? You didn't make a damn peep. Perhaps you need your eyes checked. As you can see, I have two very real legs. That you do, yes. Well, anyway, I thought you would be more of an early riser. I'm not trying to get on your case or anything. I'm just glad you seem to have slept well. Was the bed comfortable? It was... strange. Strange? In what sense? It smelled like a wet dog. What? Hold on. I know I washed those sheets. Or are you trying to imply I stink? Consider it payback for last night. That really got under her skin, huh? I do think I spotted a smile on her just now, though. Maybe I'm imagining it, but she seems a bit more affable than last night. May I ask why you're staring at me? No reason. Breakfast is ready, and I have to head to work soon. But it's Saturday. Are you bad at your job? That reasoning, though. You have to work extra because you're bad? No, stupid. The opposite. I have to do 3 times as much work as everyone else because they're all incompetent. Is that so? At school, you have to do extra work if you do poorly, so I assume you were the incompetent one. I see that mouth of yours doesn't need any time to warm up in the morning. Now, I have to be going. You can, well, do whatever you want. You're free to leave if you wish, or stay here. I assumed you were going to chase me out. And deal with you lurking around the park again? No, thank you. So, I am supposed to say, have a nice day now or something? I mean, you could, if you wanted to. I'm not going to make you do anything, though. Well, in that case, I will send you off with a little something. Never come back. Oh my god. You little... What the hell's your problem? I get the whole apartment to myself if you don't come back. Where do you find room for all that chic in such a tiny body? I swear, you've somehow gotten even worse than last night. Christ almighty. Okay, I'm going to work. Farewell. Is Jacopo getting better at this? I'm not sure. It was a bright sunny morning, not a trace of the bleak rain from the night before. I hadn't paid much mind to the outside in recent months, but it was almost shockingly nice out today. A slightly dewy morning breeze tickled my cheeks. I feel you, Jacopo. I also have to do 3 times the work because others are incompetent. Oof. That is rough. That is rough. And I hate that is a thing. Like, if you're competent at your work, it doesn't mean that you get an easier time. It usually means that you get more work piled up. So, yeah. She's a cat. Yeah. Definitely. The moment Jacopo is better at communicating, Morgana goes full on brutal assault. Yeah. She's literally just a cat that can voice this ass. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she is very much like a cat. And I think I said something similar when we were playing the main game as well. When she was just like a ghost hanging around. She is very cat-coded, I feel. The leaves on the trees along the road were so intensely green they seemed otherworldly. Going straight to the office would make this into just another day, so I took a seat on a set of stairs on the way to the bus stop and had a smoke. Watching the silver strands dance up into the blue sky, my mind once again drifted to the girl. I'd said she could stay if she wanted, but how long could I really keep her in my care? If I wanted to do what was best for her, well, there were organizations much better equipped to deal with her situation than a single man. I shouldn't be letting her get comfortable. When I took her in, I assumed her reason for running away was something trivial, like a spat with her parents. But considering how utterly clueless she seemed about even the simplest things last night, I was beginning to suspect her situation was more complicated than I first imagined. Was hers a broken home? Or was there something even worse going on? And unless I wanted to risk making things worse, I couldn't offer her any advice without more information. So the smart thing to do was to sit back and see how things played out. It probably wouldn't be fun for me either. If her parents found out about this, I could very well end up in jail. Which meant it really wasn't all that smart after all, huh? I had to wonder, would I be doing the same for anyone, not just her? That is a good question. I would say both yes and no. Like, we can't deny that I feel something for her, but like, in the beginning, in Requiem, like in their first life when he tried to help her, I don't think that was like a insta connection kind of thing, like, ooh, we are meant to be soulmates, blah blah blah. I really don't think that. He just saw a helpless girl and tried to save her, so I do feel like he is a nice guy, and I feel like he would probably help someone else as well. But this time, of course it is extra special because of their connection. But I still feel like he would probably help someone else. Because I want to believe that he is a nice guy. Probably not, no. I couldn't say why, but I suspected the only reason I was bothering at all was because of who she was. I don't think so, Jacopo, I don't agree. I wanted to do what I could to help her. It made no sense either. I couldn't make a damn cent of helping her. She was just an obnoxious child, not even fit for work. You know, I never did get her name, did I? Slipping out of thought, I realized I was at the end of my 3rd cigarette. So much for a smoke. The sky was still immensely clear, the air sweet and fresh, and the morning beautiful. This all suddenly feels like a giant waste of time. Is work really so important that I have to drag myself out on a day this nice? I ask myself the same every morning, and it's not even a nice time by the morning because it's so freaking dark when I get up, but yeah, I ask the same. Screw it, I'm taking a day off. I turned around, made my way back home, and found the girl in the living room. Evidently startled by the sound of the door opening, she'd hidden herself behind a column and was peeking out at me. She looked so much like a cat on high alert that I couldn't hold back a chuckle. Seeing it was me at the door, the girl stepped out of the shadows and gave me a fierce glare. Is your job something you can complete in less than an hour? I'm so damn good I can finish a full day's work in only 30 minutes. Jokes aside, I decided not to go in today. And you can just decide not to go in on a whim like that? I'm really going back to a normal work week after sacrificing weekends for the pay and advancement opportunities. Of course, now it's just assumed I'll always be there, which means it's going to be hell when I do go back in. And what do you plan to do with this extra time we now have? Well, I don't know. Do you want to go for a walk? Together? So, you don't get the wrong idea. I did not take the day off because I was worried about you. I merely felt it would be a waste to go into work on such a nice day. I'm only inviting you because you happen to be here on the day I happen to take off. I'll be going shopping while I'm out as well. But it's not good for you to stay holed up inside all day. It's important to get a little sun sometimes. Especially you, because you look like a damn ghost. Do you get out at all? I got enough sun for a lifetime while I was staying in the park. And I'm naturally pale, that's all there is to it. If you want to go for a walk, by all means, go for a walk. Now the game even compares her to a cat? Yeah, she is a cat, confirmed. Is he going to let work know he's taking a day off? I feel like he won't, he just won't appear. Depends on what kind of Fata Morgana is. Some cats do like walks. True. And others don't, yeah. I can't say I didn't expect that. Alright then, I'll be back in a bit. I never said I wouldn't come with you. Huh? You say something? I said you were free to go, but I never said it had to be alone. You said you were going shopping, right? I'll help carry the bags. Why are you giving me that look? Oh, no reason. Just admiring how hard you're trying to avoid saying you want to go. You help carry the bags, will you? How fascinating. Oh, please. You were one to talk about trying too hard. So you don't get the wrong idea. I'm merely helping as thanks for yesterday. I have absolutely no interest in going on a walk with you. Yeah, you're not interested, I hear ya. Let's get going then, shall we? I should have just let you go alone. They're adorable. I suppose he doesn't have to if it's overtime. Yeah, true. Because it does seem like he's only going in because things are a mess, not because he actually has to. And I also think that he is in like a sort of boss kind of position, at least it seems like he is, so he probably have like at least a little bit of privileges, I feel. Maybe let her buy clothes? Yeah. I couldn't remember the last time I walked with someone for something other than work. My natural walking speed was a good deal faster than hers, so if I wasn't careful, I was likely to end up leaving her behind. I feel like Jacopo is probably one of those people who like speed walks. that you just have to run to keep up with. And he's taller than her as well, so that too. I remember like one time I was... it wasn't a date, really. I saw it as a date, but the guy didn't. It was like in school. I was 16 at the time. Had a crush on this guy, and I was invited over to like watch some movies together with his friends. And we like met at the bus station, and we were walking together to where we were going to be. And he walked so fast. Like I am a short person, and he was at least decently tall. And yeah. I had to like almost run to keep up, and then I had to like try to talk, and I was like getting out of breath, and yeah. It was a mess. She is a cat. Yes, go, I don't care. Follows. Yeah, definitely. I feel Jacopo walking. I mean, true. I think I walk decent. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just strolling like this, going on a walk, then I'm not going that fast unless it is for like exercise. But if I'm like going somewhere, like usually like at work, for example, because I work at a hospital, and there's like this huge, very long corridor that I have to walk through to get anywhere. And sometimes patients walk in front of me, and well, they tend to walk quite slowly. And I get so frustrated whenever that happens, so I like have to walk past them. And also when I'm like going to the bus, I walk kind of fast and get super annoyed by slow walking people. But it depends. But I get I know what it's like to be one of those people who like want to walk faster as well. So yeah. Also like whenever I have been out with my mom recently, because she broke her leg like last summer, and it still hasn't fully healed, like, so I noticed that she walks a lot slower than me a lot of times. And when we were like out on vacation together, she had to like ask me to slow down a couple of times because I was walking too fast. So yeah. I had to make an effort to reduce my pace to match hers, which turned out to be much more difficult than I would have imagined. But curiously, it wasn't an aggravating kind of difficulty. It was an entirely new experience, and kind of enjoyable for it. Christ, my whole world seemed to be flipped on its head. You know, I never did get a chance to ask. Do you live in Paris too? No, a little south of here. Ah, that narrows it down. Whatever, not going to pry. So, I take it you're not terribly familiar with Paris then. In which case, I can show you around some while we walk. She's so nervous. She doesn't really know what to do. She's so sweet. Despite her insistence she was only going to help me with my shopping, the girl made no objections to the detour. First, I took her to the Champs-Élysées. I butchered that, I heard that, but I'm not French. I'm sorry if anyone French is watching, but yeah. It's been a while since I studied French, so my pronunciation is going to be off. One of 12 avenues that meet at the Arc de Triomphe, perhaps the most recognizable monument in all of Paris. The Arc, constructed in the neoclassical style, sits at the center of the... Oh God, French, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Of the Place Charles de Gaulle. I don't know, that sounded... Ugh. I hate myself right now. I'm butchering the French language. I'm so sorry. Formerly known as the Place de l'Etoile. that sounds like it could be the way you pronounce that, question mark? And yeah, this is where Nelly was. I wonder if we will like run into them as well. As we approach the Arc, its full proper name, Arc de Triomphe de l'Etoile, I decided to tell her a bit about its history. The monument was commissioned by Napoleon to commemorate his victory in the Battle of Austerlitz, which took place not far from a town known as Slavok. Oh god, now we're doing all the languages here. Slavok Brna in the Czech Republic. Double L equals yay is Spanish now? Yeah, but I think that's a thing in French too? It depends. Like, I don't know. It's been a long time. Don't ask me about French, guys. It's been a while. Like, I'm ashamed because I had really good grades in French as well, but I have forgotten all of it because I haven't used it in years. So, yeah. Terribly sorry about my horrible pronunciations. However, its construction was a rather troubled process, and it did not end up living long enough to see it completed. After a few minutes, I realized I was just rattling off unimportant trivia and probably boring the girl to death. But much to my surprise, she was listening quite intently. She seemed, against all odds, to actually have been enjoying our sudden sightseeing tour. But when I asked if she wanted to climb the Arc, she gave me a disapproving glare and muttered, "I prefer quiet places." That made things quite difficult, as Paris was always teeming with tourists. Our options were to either head somewhere on the outskirts of the city or find a small park tucked away somewhere tourists were unlikely to stumble on. You can find a cafe, maybe, where a certain other Italian woman works. Hint, hint, nod, nod. Maybe that was why she has chosen that park to stay in. So instead of going anywhere in particular, we just wandered around the city a bit, stopping by to look at a few of the churches we passed. Oh yeah, we are going there, it looks like. Because this is like the street leaving there, isn't it? Jesus, you don't talk at all, do you, child? Never in my life have I seen a girl look so damn forlorn while sightseeing in Paris. If you want a conversation partner, then find someone else to invite on your walks. Besides, it's not like you say anything of value either. You're just griping all the time. That was not a gripe. It was a casual observation. Ah yes, very casual indeed. So, where are we going next? Is there anything you want to see? I might be willing to consider it if you ask nicely. There you go again, always so insufferably haughty. I don't even know what there is to see, honestly. As long as it's someplace quiet, I don't care where we go. You keep saying that, but I don't think there is any such thing as a quiet tourist attraction. Even historical monuments are usually swarmed with dumb teens making stupid faces into their phone cameras. You act like that's the only option, but I never said I wanted to go sightseeing. Then what do we want to do? Doesn't have to be anything specific, just give me something to work with. Nothing really. This whole thing has just been you dragging me around the city, so you decide what you want to do. Oh, for God's sake! You could try showing a little appreciation. I'm doing all of this for you, you realize. Here I'm using my day off to show you around, and you look like you're a goddamn... You look like you're at a goddamn funeral. Maybe act like you're enjoying it for 1 minute. Well, he did say he wanted to show her the world, but she also kind of wanted to say that that wasn't necessary. So I guess that's what we're kind of seeing here. Why should I have to act like I'm enjoying myself when I never once asked you to drive me out to a bunch of tourist traps? That was all you. Yeah, you're right. It was all me. I dragged you out here with no consideration for you, and I'm very sorry. There, you happy? Christ, don't give me that look. I didn't take you out to get mad at you. I just wanted to do something that might be fun for you. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Yeesh, let's call it a day and head home already. God, I don't know what got into me, but I would never do this normally. What? You have something you want to say? Go right ahead, bitch me out as much as you want. Oh no, not at all. I'm just, well... They are going to the cafe! Didn't expect your stomach to finish your sentence for you. Come on, don't laugh. I didn't do it on purpose. And normally I'm more careful about... Yeah, I hear you. You wouldn't let yourself go so long without eating. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was already midday. Of course you're not going to be able to come up with somewhere you want to go on an empty stomach. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll get us a reservation at a nice Italian restaurant and... Please, it doesn't have to be anything fancy like that, really. An Italian restaurant's no fancier than anywhere else I could take you. What? Are you worried about how much it will cost? You're a kid. Leave the money concerns to the adults. You thought I burped? No, that wasn't me, dude, or no. I am a lady, I don't burp, my god. I'm not a kid. Right, you're in your 20s. How quickly I forget. Then, as an adult woman, you should know it's your place to let the man pay for your meal. You hear me? Weren't you just saying we were going to head back home, though? That was the plan until your stomach objected. And if you're that hungry, we should go eat now rather than wait for you to starve in the time it takes to go shopping, get home, and make something. I'm not going to starve. Fine, alright, I'll go wherever. Can't decide what to do, can't decide how to act. You're rather indecisive, aren't you? Can we please go somewhere small at least? I really don't do well in places with lots of people. Is that so? You certainly are a strange child. Well, I don't mind either way. What are our options for smaller establishments even? Wait. Right as I was about to say we wouldn't find something without a bit of looking, I caught sight of a sign in a little alleyway. It was a cafe, so far out of the way as to be nigh unnoticeable. Perhaps they simply couldn't secure a better location. Paris was a war ground after all. It was going to be near impossible for them to draw in customers, and, for that reason, exactly the kind of place the girl was looking for. After asking if she wanted to check it out, we turned into the quiet alleyway. On the sign outside the cafe was a handwritten lunch menu. Nothing about it drew the eye at all. I wondered if they even wanted to attract customers. Through the window I could see a single waitress sitting with her elbow on the counter and her chin resting in her hand. The lighting was poor and the decor several decades outdated, and not in a classy vintage way, but poor, anachronistic taste. And above all, it was barren. At lunch, on a weekend, when it should be at its busiest. Frankly, on my own I would never have given the place a second look. Clearly something must have been wrong with it for no one to be there. Perhaps the food was dreadful in addition to the poor aesthetic sense, or maybe the coffee was undrinkable sludge. I was getting ready to turn around and look for somewhere else when... Let's eat here. It's quiet and there's nobody around. And then she marched straight into the cafe, paying me no heed. Yes, Morgana, take charge. Afternoon! The waitress sounded like she would rather be anywhere but here, hardly an attitude befitting of someone of the food service industry. There's still time to turn back, find a place that serves food suitable for human consumption. The hell, man! Customer or not, you can't just walk in and trash the place like... Wait. Holy shit! You're the dick from yesterday! The waiter stepped out from behind the counter, slack-jawed. I imagined I was making a similarly ridiculous face. It was the woman I had shared drinks with last night. I never would have imagined this is where you worked. Talk about one hell of a coincidence. I told you we'd cross paths again, but I didn't think it'd be this soon. But wait, didn't you say you had work today? Ah, you got shit canned. Poor thing. I did not. I simply took the day off. I'm not some incompetent replaceable drone. They can't just shit can me like anyone else. The kind of dude who thinks he's irreplaceable is always the most replaceable. Watch your back. You never know when they could be coming for you. This damn woman. Maria let out a little cackle, then turned her gaze toward the girl. Her eyes were slightly wider than usual, evidently surprised I knew the woman. Who's she? You don't look like siblings, so cousin? Niece, maybe? We're not exactly family, but... We first met 2 days ago, then yesterday you took me home with him. You little... Are you trying to make me sound like... And now Maria's looking at me like I'm human garbage. Officer, this man kidnapped a little girl! Ah, god damn it, stop yelling, you imbecile! And that's how I ended up temporarily taking her into my custody. I'm neither a kidnapper nor a pedophile, understood? I get the gist, even if I don't quite follow your reasoning. I had the girl sit at a table by the window, then brought Maria to the back of the cafe and explained how I had ended up in this situation. While still visibly skeptical, she didn't look like she was going to call the police as soon as I turned my back anymore. I now knew my god, I can't read anymore. I now knew what it felt like to have my life be hanging by a thread. Christ, what did I do to deserve this? She's a runaway though. Shouldn't you have just called the police and let them deal with her? Actually, you know what? Forget that. I'm sure you went down that path plenty on your own. Just try to get out before things get any hairier for you. That's the idea. In a few days I'll either make her go back home or hand her off to the authorities. Good plan. You're not stupid, I don't think, so it figures you had something like that worked out. Assuming it does work out, that is. I don't seem to be quite myself when it comes to the girl. I would never do any of this under any other circumstances. That said, do be nice to the girl while you got her around. She didn't run away because her life was great. Are you implying I'm treating her unkindly? I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. I mean, you're short-fused and get bitchy and start yelling about the most trivial things. Don't try to act like you know me. She's exactly right though, and I'm aware of how bad about that I can be. Be nice to the girl. Hey, have we had this conversation before? What? The first time we spoke was yesterday. Of course we haven't. Yeah, right. You're right. Sorry. Alright, I will get you back out there. Can't keep the princess waiting too long. Christ. Princess? She was anything but. Were you able to sort things out with her? With some difficulty, yes. I'd rather you didn't deliberately invite misunderstanding like that. I want Maria to be Morgana's mom. Yeah, like I said, I hope that they will, like, I don't know, like, get together and, like, maybe not move to Italy, but at least travel there. But I get it's not as easy because, I mean, she is a minor. She has to, like, we need to, like, take the parents into consideration, but, yeah. Or maybe she's an orphan and they can adopt her. Who knows? But yeah, that would be nice. I agree. What's to misunderstand? Every word of it was the truth. Context, girl, context. What if she had called the police on me? collectively adopt her at least? Yeah. Well, that would be quite unfortunate for you. I swear to God, child, after everything I've done for you, you can't even scrunch together a scrap of consideration or gratitude. I was just warned about being nice to her. It hasn't even been 5 minutes and I've already snapped. Anyway, what do you want to eat? You can ask for anything at all, whatever you want. Oh, then how about a sandwich? You don't want anything more? Some cake? A drink? Throw on as much as you want, seriously. What? Okay, now you're creeping me out. Why the sudden friendly act? What are you scheming? I'm not scheming anything. This is why I don't try to be nice. Man, for an Italian, you sure are worthless when it comes to women. You sure you actually got the right race there? Positive, damn it. Whatever, I don't expect anything good out of this hole in the wall. So just bring a few plates or whatever the hell you feel like. That's really how you want to talk to the girl who's gonna be making your food? Prove me wrong. A restaurant that has food worth its salt also goes to the effort of looking the part. That's just how it is. Now look at this place. The furnishings don't match. There's no consistency, not a shred of aesthetic sense. No, not attracting customers means no revenue. No revenue means no money with which to purchase. Ah, shut up already! I'm tired of you bitching! There's nothing I can do about it, okay? The owner's this old fart who refuses to replace anything because it has sentimental value to him. I'm not the one who decorated. Ah, I see. So the cafe is just an elderly man's pastime. That explains it, to some degree at least. I'm surprised you would choose to work at a place like this though. Hey, he pays me and he treats me well. The place may look like crap, but it's a living. Only real issues are, I might die of boredom, and the place could shut down on me any day. Not cause we're not getting customers, but the owner's getting up there in age, so... But enough about me. As you requested, I'll get you a plate or whatever, and prepare something absolutely exquisite for the girl. Back in a few. Guys, I need to stand up for a bit. I hope that's okay. Tell me if the sound is off. I have height to my mic. Does this work for you guys? Whew. I feel like my leg is just starting to protest. That's called discrimination, you do realize. You're quite close. Have you two known each other very long? Nope, I didn't know she existed until yesterday. She says I bumped into her once before, but I don't remember it. Whoa, why the stink eye? What? Do you think I'm a player or something? Sounds fine? Good. I love it if the owner is the advisor, and yes, Mike good. Oh yeah! It could be Odilon. That would be nice. It would be like a nice reunion as well. And he's one of the people who deserves to be reincarnated. Although I seriously doubt that we will see anyone else than like our main character, sadly. Sure, I both drank with her and brought you home last night, which doesn't make me look very good on its own. But yesterday was nothing but one exceptional circumstance after the other. I never hit it off with someone like that after only one day. God damn it, why am I making excuses for myself to this girl? I was merely shocked to discover you had made a friend after only one day. I didn't realize you were capable of being social. Or making friends at all, even. That's rich coming from you. Besides, I had plenty of friends when I was living in Italy. My social life just took a hit after moving here. Then I'm happy for you. She seems like a nice girl. Huh. Well, I largely agree with your assessment. You should try making friends with her too. Knowing her could come in handy, you know, if something ever comes up. You have a point. I'll consider it. Maybe because she's a girl too, but she's a lot more receptive of Maria than me. Maybe I'd have more luck getting through to her using Maria instead of having to fight her tooth and nail over everything. She'd probably be willing to open up more to her as well. What you doing? Talking about me, are you? Gah! Don't sneak up on me like that. But that was fast. Is our food ready? I'm just bringing you your drinks. Here you are. Some instant coffee. And for you, sweet little thing, I made some herbal tea with the highest quality chamomile leaves we have. Try to be a little more subtle with your favoritism. Herbal tea with chamomile. Oh, you're not a fan? Yeah, chamomile can be a bit of an acquired taste. Want me to grab you something else? No, I'll have this. I'm rather fond of it, in fact. I think. Not that I've had chamomile tea before, but it kind of reminds me of days long past. Oh yeah! Giselle used to make chamomile tea as the maid. That's true. Never thought of it that Morgana got to experience that as well. Like, even if she didn't perhaps drink it because she was a ghost, but yeah, she still probably could smell it. I think that's so sweet. I'm loving this. I'm loving this so much. I want to see Amy reincarnate. I do not. That woman can just burn in hell, honestly. Wait, I just realized Morgana is still a girl. Did Jacob never get her name? No, he has not gotten her name. No name yet. I would love it if it's actually isn't Morgana just red herring. Oh god, yeah. But I mean, look at her. It's obviously her. Otherwise, she would have a twin. White hair girl, maybe. But yeah, no. Their souls were reunited, and she is very much acting like Morgana, looking like Morgana. So yeah, I don't think it is a red herring. Huh? It reminds you of something you've never done before. I think that's called déjà vu, you silly girl. Anyway, sounds good to me. I'll throw some cookies in too, so you're not just sipping tea. We got plenty, so feel free to give me a shout if you want more. Same goes for you if you want anything else, alright? Don't worry about coming off as rude or greedy. That's what being a kid's all about. You should know the girl hates being called a kid. I hope you enjoyed dealing with her death glare and insistence that she's actually an adult. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your generosity. Oh my god. If it acts like a cat, it's Morgana. Yeah. What a sweet girl. I can't believe you're the same girl Jacob was over there whining at me about. He's clearly broken in the rain. What the hell? She's never been this well behaved when it's just me. Alright, well, I've got some food to make. Should be out pretty quick, but I'll warn you in advance. Don't expect anything super fancy from a teensy little cafe. She's a very cheerful and energetic woman. She's not energetic, she's just loud. And I thought you didn't like people like her anyway. Usually they make me uncomfortable, but hers is a pleasant energy. Not what I'd call it. I guess I am going to have to consider asking Maria for help after all. Hey. Yes? She didn't have to force herself to stay with me. She could always put herself under Maria's care instead. It would probably be less awkward for her there too. I could even propose it to her myself if she didn't feel comfortable. I knew what I should say to her, but the words wouldn't come out. The idea of leaving her in someone else's care was repulsive to me on a deeply base level. And I had no idea why. Because you feel responsible for her, like both in the situation she is now, but also like what you have done to her in the past. Where the hell were these feelings coming from? I barely even knew the damn girl. Why should I care so much? It didn't matter who looked after her, and in fact she would be better off with someone else. Yet I felt as though if I let go of her and trusted her to someone else, then we would never be this close ever again. Yeah, you can't let her go this time, Jacopo. You need to see this through to the end, to help her, help her heal, instead of just hurting her more. Wait, we would never be this close ever again? That made it sound like I wasn't caring for her because she needed it, but instead using her problems as a way to prop myself up, some sick search for self-satisfaction. What is it? You were going to say something and then... Oh right, sorry. I was thinking about something and lost my train of thought. It probably wasn't important anyway. The look on your face suggested otherwise, but okay. Forget about it. Honestly, it was nothing. Now what I really like to talk about is you. I think it's about time you fill me in on some details. What were you doing in that park? Where do you really live, and why did you run away? Nothing at all? Well, I'm not going to push, but... What's the point? What will knowing get you? It's not about getting anything, it's just... I can't offer you advice or help or fix anything if I don't know what the problem is. I didn't leave looking for advice, nor do I want you to try to fix anything. Well, that's about the response I expected. Okay then, I promise I'll keep my nose out of your business, so tell me about yourself. Why? What point is there to you knowing anything about me? Because obviously by getting to know you, I can get closer to you. There doesn't need to be any more point than that. I want to know more about you. Simple as that. Maybe Yuki and Pauline could adopt her. No. We don't need that kind of toxicity in our life. They can do whatever they want, and if they are happy with it, that's fine, but don't bring in Morgana in it. That would not be good. Oh Christ, just thinking about it makes me want to throw up. Who even talks like that? You do. You do, Jacopo. With a sigh, she fell silent, and I couldn't bring myself to press any further. So instead I was going to tell her to forget it, that she didn't have to say anything if she didn't want to, when she muttered a single word almost under her breath. Morgana. Huh? I didn't catch that. My name, it's Morgana. I hadn't told you yet, had I? Oh wow, so your name's Morgana, huh? That's a good, strong name. Sounds Italian too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. My mother is French, and I lived in France all my life. However... She hesitated. I urged her on with a look, and after a few moments she reluctantly continued. My father's never been in my life. Not as far back as my memories go, at least. So there's a chance he may be, but I don't know. I see. And do you ever want to meet your father? I'm not sure. He's essentially a stranger, so I have no real emotional attachment to him. In fact, never mind. She fell silent once again, leaving the "in fact" hanging in the air. I gave her another "I see," and didn't press the subject any further. I did, however, feel like I got a glimpse into where her isolation came from. Well, it's a small damn world, huh? You made fun of me for not being an Italian stereotype, but you don't exactly fit the part either, do you? Oh, be quiet. I know I don't. Why do you seem happy about it, though? It's not that. Just realizing we may have walked the same paths, seen the same views. I feel a little sense of kinship. I thought you didn't like Italy. You were complaining about how there's nothing there. Huh? Oh, you got a good memory. It's true that I don't like dealing with family stuff back home. That's all a huge pain to navigate. But the scenery can be quite nice. I know I said there's nothing there, but I still fondly remember the beautiful nature on that island. Ocean as far as the eye can see. I really liked that. And then there was this golden wheat field, though I have no idea where it was anymore. Or wait, maybe the field was just in my dreams and not anywhere back home. Forget it. The point is, there's some gorgeous scenery there. That sounds nice. I'd like to see for myself someday, maybe. And you can. It's not even a 3-hour flight from here. The only limit to where you can go these days is your imagination. Hell, I could take you there myself if you want. What? You would take me? Try not to overthink that. I just mean, I imagine your understanding of the whole world is very limited. Stepping out beyond your own sphere is a valuable life experience, and something I think might be good to expose you to. Did I upset her? Oh, so you want to help me experience new things? Well, I suppose I can look into it. But what is there to look into? That said, that's still much more receptive than she would have been yesterday, so we're making progress. And I think I can even caught her smiling a little. She looks so much better with a smile on her face. I'd love to get a better look at one that lasts more than a split second sometime. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? No, you always look so dour. And I was just thinking about how it'd be nice if you smile a little more. You wouldn't be so unpleasant to look at. Oh my god, Jacopo! What? I can't believe you insensitive brute! God, why am I so incapable of just saying what I think? That's a good question. A little bit later, Maria returned with 2 sandwiches. The one she set in front of Morgana was at least 2 times too large for a light afternoon meal. Morgana stared at the triumphant stack of meats and cheeses and vegetables, unsure what to do with it. Meanwhile, all I received was a simple panino containing nothing but a few slices of ham and cheese. I considered filing a complaint, but Morgana ended up giving me what she couldn't eat of hers, at which point I stopped caring enough to feel slighted. Jacob is worth shot in the Michelle obese rat, yeah. Yeah. He is. And you're right, Michelle was a shut-in, so he had a reason to be like he was, but Jacopo is just the way he is. The cafe remained empty all through lunch. On some level, it was kind of a shame because the food wasn't bad, but it also meant we could talk with Maria, since she didn't have anyone to wait on. As a dining establishment, it was indisputably a failure, but it couldn't have been a more perfect location for us. Time seemed to pass faster than it should as the 3 of us talked. Morgana didn't speak much, but she never once seemed bored, sometimes even giving a little laugh at something Maria said. And then the next thing I realized, the sunlight shining through the window had turned orange. I actually love that she laughs here. She's still kind of, I guess, broken by her, whatever her life experiences are in this era, and probably I will guess having a pretty worn soul because she still has markings on her because of what she's been through. But she's not as broken as she was before because she has done some healing thanks to, well, having a new chance at life, probably, and also Michelle being able to set her free and doing what he did for her. It must have eased some of her of her chains. And it's just nice to see her laughing, like, not... Because the way she was in Requiem, she was very, like, just sitting quiet in a corner, trying to not interact with anyone. And she's still very, like, introverted and not really comfortable in social situations. But it's nice to see that she actually is so comfortable with them that she can laugh. That's just very sweet, I feel. Never before had I spent so much time in a cafe. Usually I only stay long enough to inhale some caffeine or calories. The very idea of relaxing seemed like a negligent misuse of time to me. This is probably a good experience for you too, Jacopo. Relaxing is necessary, and a very good thing. Might ease in your mood a bit. But this was probably how you were supposed to patronize this sort of establishments. So, relaxed and refreshed, we decided it was time to head home. As we got up to leave, Maria gave me a disappointed pout and said, "Come on, you don't have to go. Come back again soon, okay? I guarantee there won't be anyone else here." She gave us a little wave, and then we headed out. I hoped business would pick up a bit, if only because it seemed like Maria was going to die from boredom before long. With that, our sightseeing tour came to an end, and we went to take care of our original goal, shopping. And I am looking at the time, and I am starting to feel in my body. I think this might be a good place to end it, guys, actually. Just on a nice note, like them having a nice time in the cafe. We don't need any huge cliffhangers this time, I feel. So, what do you say, guys? Is it okay for me to, to end it? Actually, it doesn't matter what you think, because I'm the streamer and I make my own choices. But yeah, I'm out of water for the second time, yeah, I'm starting to feel it in my body. I need to do something else than sit in front of a computer, otherwise I will die, and I don't want to die, so not yet at least. And also, I am streaming again tomorrow, so I don't want to be completely broken in my body by then, so... Ending if it was something terrible rears its head. Yeah, exactly. It's nice to be able to end it on a nice cozy note for a change. Especially considering how the last stream went with, like, Pauline almost dying and all that. That was a roller coaster. No, dude, or no buts. I have made my choice. My voice is starting to feel sore, my body is starting to feel sore, I kinda need to use the bathroom, I'm out of water. Yeah, no. And the time is getting quite late as well, and I do have other businesses I need to take care of today. At least a little bit, so yeah. And as I said, I am streaming again tomorrow. So it's not gonna be a super long break. But yeah, I feel like this was a really nice episode. I'm really enjoying this. I wonder if this is going to be a bit longer because of, like, Jacopo and Morgana's, like, main character status a bit. I'm kind of hoping it, because I am enjoying spending my time with them a lot, and I really like this story so far. It's been like I don't know how to say, but it's like been a bit healing for me, considering that we just recently went through the pain that was Requiem. And I feel like this is kind of healing for my soul as well, not just theirs. So yeah, I am still concerned, like, I do hope that we won't go into anything romantic, but so far it seems safe. Like, he hasn't seemed to, like, be interested in her in that way, although that took some time in, like the main timeline as well. So I don't know, but I hope that, yeah, that it won't go that way, because that's not what they need. They don't need to be in a romantic relationship. That is not their salvation. I feel like they need to get past from all their past experiences and like try something different. Like, he not being in love with her would probably be better, because I feel like he could better care for her without those feelings, in a way, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm really just hoping that this will be some healing process for them, like that whatever kind of hellish situation she is in that made her live out in a park for a week, that they might be able to solve that somehow, and that they can go back to Italy together, if only for like a trip, so they can see it and experience it together, and just be their like small, kind of dysfunctional but very like wholesome family that they were in the past, before everything went to hell because of bandits and all of that. That's kind of my hopes. So yeah, I just hope she gets more close, and I will return to the main statement. Yuki and Pauline needs a shared outlet, some pain, a healthy dose of fear, something that can bring a level of pleasure. I get what you're saying, Quill. I'm not sure if I agree, but maybe, who knows. But then again, as I said, it doesn't seem like Yukimasa is the sexual kind of guy, so I'm not sure how well that would work, but who knows, who knows. There are probably fan fictions about that, I would guess. So, yeah. But yeah, I will put up my schedule today, as always, on the community tab here on YouTube and also on my Instagram. And the plan is more Reincarnation tomorrow at 16:15 GMT plus 2, as always. And then we do some Crisis Core on Thursday, also 16:15 GMT plus 2. So yeah, that is the plan for the week. And hopefully I will stay healthy and my voice won't break, so I have to do some arrangements. But yeah, I will keep in touch with you guys if that is the case. But I'm feeling pretty good now, actually. My voice being tired right now, it's just because I have been talking for multiple hours straight, so so yeah. But thank you for being with me here today, guys. It's been a lot of fun. It's been very cozy and lovely. And yeah, have a nice day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone!